Let's make sure we protect each other's mental space. If you ever need me, just call. I'ma come running, give it my all. Love is love, God wins. Keep your vibrations high and watch how your blessings.
This one right here, Dolores Cannon. This is another one. That's the second one that she's thanking me for. A video where she was talking about
Is she still?
Is she?
You must be blocking love is love. So what's your chat made of? You must be blocking love is love. So what's your chat made of? I see you flip my dip the game, yeah. Well, you the only one to blame. Tell the crow she won't be twerking. All the lies you told ain't working. In your chat, them swords be lurking. Ready to chop, chop, chop your Birkin. We can see you playing lambs, but you built your shit on scams. Playing victim to make it rain. Now you swim in the sea of pain. Now stay in your lane. Yo, chat better make it wane. Yo, chat better, yo, chat better, yo, chat better make it wane. Yo, chat better make it wane. Yo, chat better, yo, chat better, yo, chat better make it wane. You been swinging the biggest wrench, then you hide behind I'm French. The universe gave you a sign. It's why your channel's on the line. Love is not a joke. You should have thought before you spoke. Acting like you better than woke. Now you're choking on the smoke. If you don't want the wrong words to leak, mind the gap before you speak. Now stay in your lane. Yo, chat better make it wane. Yo, chat better, yo, chat better, yo, chat better make it wane. Now stay in your lane. Yo, chat better make it wane. Yo, chat better, yo, chat better, yo, chat better make it wane. Less than a year you on the scene. You act like you set the queen. Hiding behind the Haitian flag. Backstab, jag, and lose the bag. You only Maggie, now it's tragic. She a witch, she got that magic. Yeah, she had to flex on you. Your big mouth put that hex on you. Just like a boomerang. Karma came and did her thing. You thought you'd play wise, but your spirals down is no surprise. Your growth was no less than foul. A poisonous snake dressed as an owl. Oh, 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 oh. Now stay in your lane. Yo, chat better make it wane. Yo, chat better, yo, chat better, yo, chat better make it wane. Now stay in your lane. Yo, chat better make it wane. Yo, chat better, yo, chat better, yo, chat better make it wane. Now stay in your lane. Yo, chat better make it wane. Yo, chat better fling some cheddar. Yo, chat better make it wane. Now stay in your lane. Chat better make yo, chat better make it wane. Yo, chat better bring the cheddar. Yo, chat better make it wane. Stay in your lane. Yo, chat better make it wane. Yo, chat better, yo, chat better, yo, chat better make it wane. Stay in your lane. Yo, chat better make it wane. Yo, chat better, yo, chat better, yo, chat better make it wane. Stay in your lane.
Grand Rising, Namaste, Ashe, Salutation, Shalom, peace. Look, I wasn't going to respond to her y'all see the response that she did. Y'all see that she's using our content, you know, whatever the case may be, trying to use, you know, the voice, trying to make it seem like she altered or changed it. No, you didn't. You didn't do nothing. All you're doing it is playing it from a different device so it can make it look like that you did something to it, running around claiming that people are lazy, so on and so forth, but she's using other people's content. A lot of us, when we talk about her, I don't go back and play her content or do anything like that. We just talk about her. Like, we don't go back and try to use her voice for a whole 3-4 hours. Like, she's not that important for somebody to really go back and hear somebody say, make it way, make it way. Oh, they don't like me. They don't like me. They all against me. But the collective has spoken, right? The collective has spoken, and you know, they we're not going to respond. We're going to get on to what we're talking about today, which is the big beautiful bill that that the president just passed yesterday. It went to a 50-50 split in Congress, and then Vice President pushed it through. And we're going to talk about the Diddy trial, so on and so forth. But, you know, while I get this coffee and stuff ready and everything, let's listen to the response from the Atlas family. And once again, don't forget to go to the Atlas Family Studio page where you can find all and everything that we are producing as far as a collective, and all the videos, cartoons, or whatever that we come out with. And I bring this one to you today from the collective in response to all the bullcrap that's been going on YouTube. Here's a continuation and an update on the wise man. This is a great one. This is another part. Make sure you share the live. Make sure you like the live. Replay gang, you know what to do. Love is love. And we just going to keep on doing what it is that we're doing. And before we get into today's show, let's take a listen. Atlas Family Studios. Yes, Atlas Family Studios. We have Atlas Family Music. We have Atlas Family Studios. Okay?
7 of the Copyright Act 1976.
Can you guys hear it?
This video is
One's in the chat if you can hear it.
criticism, comment, teaching, and research. Everything said is allegedly Red Flag Raven, the cult's youngest and most loyal enforcer. Red Flag Raven, also known as Bulletproof or Olivia No Hope No Conscience, was one of the youngest members of the Haganators cult. Her primary role was that of fixer and head of PR. She was first drawn into the sector after meeting Oldilocks in a UK YouTube village. Raven claimed to have no prior knowledge of Oldilocks' past misdeeds, but she quickly became her most devoted soldier, attacking anyone who criticized or disagreed with her leader. Raven's attacks were often unprovoked and vicious, filled with slander and fabrications, launched without evidence or fact-checking. She would defend Oldilocks even when she knew she was misleading the Haganators and the public. Raised in a predominantly white community, Raven endured racial discrimination and constant ridicule about her features and Afro-textured hair. Instead of healing from that pain, she internalized it, redirecting her resentment toward Black women, especially Black American women. The only exception was her idol, Oldilocks. Deep down, she longed to embody whiteness and sought validation in proximity to it. Red Flag Raven wasn't just a supporter, she was Oldilocks' PR pitbull. She embraced her role as protector even when it meant betraying truth and her own identity. Roles within the Haganators: 1. Head of PR and damage control. She would swoop in whenever Oldilocks was exposed, spinning narratives and silencing critics. 2. Blind loyalty. Even when she knew Oldilocks was lying, she defended her to feel needed and validated. 3. Aggressive enforcer. She actively sought out those who questioned Oldilocks and launched personal attacks against them. Red Flag Raven's identity, struggle, and projection. Her hatred for Black American women was rooted in internalized racism. Having been mocked and marginalized in a white environment, she began to resent women who looked like her. Her only sense of pride came from aligning herself with a woman like Oldilocks, who also showed disdain for Black women. She saw herself as better than other Black women, not because she believed it, but because she couldn't accept her own reflection. Why the loyalty to Oldie Locks? 1. Validation. Oldie Locks made her feel seen in a world that often didn't. 2. Power. For once, she wasn't the outsider, she was the one with control. 3. False acceptance. She believed if Oldie Locks accepted her, then she must be worthy, but the truth, Oldie Locks didn't respect Raven. She used her. And once Raven became inconvenient, she'd be cast aside like the rest. Psychological profile of red flag Raven. Raven is a deeply conflicted individual whose loyalty is rooted in a desperate need for validation and unresolved trauma. Core traits. 1. Internalized racism and identity crisis. Grew up absorbing harmful stereotypes about Blackness. Routinely attacked Black women while idolizing whiteness-adjacent aesthetics. Felt burdened by her Black identity instead of empowered by it. 2. Blind loyalty and cult devotion. Low self-esteem led her to cling to a dominant figure, parroted Oldie Locks' words without question, defended lies to maintain a sense of purpose. 3. Aggression and deflection. Years of low self-esteem and some early bullying morphed into online rage, projected her trauma onto others, overreacted to minor criticisms as if they were personal betrayals. 4. Impulsive and uncritical thinking. Acted on emotion rather than evidence. Spewed misinformation without verifying it. Took any critique of Oldie Locks as a personal attack. 5. Desire for power and attention. Craved visibility and relevance. Enjoyed controlling the narrative and intimidating others online. Mistook fear for respect. Psychological assessment, unofficial. Identity disturbance. Struggles with racial identity and self-perception. Cognitive dissonance. Defends what she knows is wrong. Narcissistic fleas. Mirrors the toxic traits of her mentor. Displaced aggression syndrome. Attacks others to avoid confronting herself. Future outlook. Will red flag Raven wake up? If Oldie Locks betrays her, maybe. If she loses her perceived power, possibly. But if she clings to delusions, she will remain the attack dog, forever snarling in someone else's war. The choice is hers, but time is running out. This was made before Red Flag Raven left the cult of the Haganators. All topics discussed here are for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged. Copyright and fair use disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. This video is used for entertainment, criticism, comment, teaching, and research. Everything said is allegedly. Part 2. Red Flag Raven, From Repentance to Ruin. One day, while Oldie Locks was pretending to be hospitalized, Red Flag Raven decided to host a panel discussion. With Oldie Locks temporarily out of the spotlight, Raven took the liberty of inviting individuals normally considered enemies of the cult, voices previously silenced by the Haganators. Among them was No Nuts, whom Raven invited in hopes of uncovering the reasons behind his falling out with the wise man. As the conversation with No Nuts unfolded, Wolf Coochie unexpectedly appeared on the panel. Furious at seeing No Nuts welcomed, he lashed out at Raven, calling her a troll and storming off in a rage. Before leaving, he warned her that they would discuss her behavior later. Raven was visibly shaken. Moments later, Oldie Locks herself appeared on the stream, unleashing her fury at Raven's perceived disloyalty. That confrontation was the breaking point. Red Flag Raven publicly declared that she was leaving the Haganators. In the days that followed, Raven claimed she had been manipulated and exploited by a cult. She alleged criminal activity within the Haganators, even implying that there were attempts to transport her from Canada to New York. Though vague, her statements painted a picture of dark dealings and frightening figures behind the scenes. Then came her much-hyped apology tour. One by one, she appeared on various platforms, offering apologies to the content creators she had bullied, defamed, or attacked while under the spell of Oldie Locks. Many accepted her contrition, but others, particularly Danny Corleone, a respected investigative journalist and civil rights advocate, remained wary. Danny sensed this transformation was performance, not penance, and Danny was right. Within weeks, Raven was restless. Her viewership was down. Her ego was hungry. She reverted to the behaviors she claimed to have renounced. She began targeting the wise man with accusations of misogyny. She gave airtime to the Discord rejects, elevating gossip and salacious lies under the guise of truth. She hosted mock trials, platformed conspiracy theories, and embraced those she once called enemies, all without verifying a single claim. Freed from the leash of Oldilocks and Wolf Coochie, Red Flag Raven unleashed a new era of chaos. She regularly live-streamed to smear, mock, and dehumanize others. She compared a black woman to apes, claiming they were her long-lost relatives. She mocked an older creator as BBL Granny, simply for refusing to accept her apology. Her live streams were filled with slander, laughter, and PayPal links. Jealousy, childhood insecurity, and deep-seated self-hate guided her venom. She attacked creators for their skin tone, appearance, and integrity. She called the wise man a misogynist and a scammer, all for clicks, views, and donations. She asked viewers to fund her personal expenses, pet care, Mother's Day, birthdays, anything she could monetize. She rewrote history, claiming she had no knowledge of Haganator scams. She blamed Oldilocks, Wolf Coochie, and anyone else she could. She used homophobic slurs against male content creators and tried to justify her behavior by referencing language barriers or feigning forgetfulness, often while visibly intoxicated on live streams. Danny Corleone, who once held back, now watched with certainty. Raven had not changed. She was simply repackaged. The final blow came when Red Flag Raven defamed Danny directly. She compared her to a known predator, falsely claiming Danny had silenced a victim's voice. This time, Danny responded with surgical precision. Danny issued 7 copyright strikes. Raven was outraged. She cried to her audience, claiming Danny couldn't take criticism. But Danny clarified this wasn't about criticism, it was about defamation. Red Flag Raven panicked. She began striking other creators who commented on her downfall. She threatened to maintain their strikes unless they gave her a reason not to. She weaponized YouTube's copyright system as a tool of extortion. Her platform devolved into a digital hate circus. No Nuts became a frequent guest, spinning lies and slander. The channel lost credibility, but Raven didn't care. She didn't need the truth. She needed the drama. She drank on air, smoked openly, and when confronted, claimed she forgot what she'd said or used her language skills as an excuse for miscommunication. She had become her own worst enemy. Updated psychological profile, Red Flag Raven, bulletproof, Olivia No Hope. Diagnosis, narcissistic regression with antisocial traits. 1. Grandiose narcissism and supply dependency, craves attention and outrageous fuel. Apology tour was a performance, not a transformation. 2. Malignant social traits, displays sadistic pleasure in humiliating others, defames vulnerable creators and dismisses their trauma. 3. Extreme projection and victimhood, blames cult, followers, and platform for her actions, claims to be brainwashed rather than accountable. 4. Manipulative extortion tactics, weaponizes copyright law to silence dissent, demands apologies or justifications to lift strikes. 5. Colorism, misogynoir, and homophobia, attacks Black women's looks and worth, uses racial and homophobic slurs to diminish others. 6. Performative remorse, only shows regret when it benefits her brand, cycles between apology and attack phases. 7. Addictive behavior and avoidance, live streams while under the influence, forgets what she says or pretends confusion when challenged. Prognosis, Red Flag Raven is no longer a follower. She is the architect of her own destruction. Her behavior has escalated beyond trolling. It is systemic, malicious, and dangerous. She feeds off chaos and punishes anyone who dares hold her accountable. Unless she is removed from her platform or faces serious consequences, she will continue the cycle of apology, abuse, and defamation unchecked. All topics discussed during this live are for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged. Part 2, the spoken word. Bulletproof lies, a spoken word by the wise man. Yo, they called her Raven. Red flag by design, bulletproof by name, but broken in her spine. Raised in cold towns where mirrors mocked her face, she chased approval, ran a never-ending race. Goldilocks saw her, a fixer in the making, a pit bull with polish, perfect for the breaking, said, "Girl, come spin for me, live for the team." Next thing you know, she's barking in the live stream. Danny said, "This piece? Nah, I ain't convinced." And she was right. Raven flipped within 6 blinks. Apologies for PayPal, regrets on replay. But when the cheers died down, she went back to flay. Dragged the wise man, called him names for clout, held fake courtrooms. Facts? Nah, she threw him out, compared black women to apes, said it with a smirk, all while posting links. Y'all, help me with this work. See, truth don't need a live stream or a Cash App code. It don't need a panel stacked with lies and toads. Truth walks calm. Raven, she ran wild, didn't lose her way. She was always this child. So Danny drew a line. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 7. Raven cried foul, but truth ain't scared of heaven. It ain't about criticism. It's defamation, sis. You can't stab folks and beg hugs after the diss. So here's a lesson in this YouTube mess. Repentance ain't real when it's just for finesse. And the ones who clap loudest when you bark like a beast will vanish the moment your platform's deceased. Part 3, the poem. The echo in the algorithm. A raven once perched on digital wire, clothed in clout, her tongue afire. She sang for a queen with a crown of dust. Her words were poison, her heart unjust. She clawed at sisters who looked like her, calling them beasts with a slanderous slur. A fixer, a fighter, a puppet on thread, blind to the blood that her barbs had shed. She wept for the crowd when the cult fell apart, but her tears were rehearsed, not born from the heart. She knocked on Danny's door with a trembling hand, but truth knows lies when they pollute the land. For soon she returned to the place she belonged, among chaos and carnage where cruelty is strong. The wise man watched as her shadow grew long, a siren of smear and a hate-filled song. She forgot her name, she forgot her root. She traded her truth for PayPal and loot. And now she drifts, both lost and known, a raven who's cursed to fly alone. Copyright and fair use disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. This video is used for entertainment, criticism, comment, teaching, and research. Everything said is allegedly lessons from Red Flag Raven, a wise man's teachings on peace, tranquility, and unity. Lessons from the rise and ruin of Red Flag Raven, a wise man's teachings on peace, tranquility, and unity. 1. Unhealed pain breeds destruction. Red Flag Raven was not born a villain. She was shaped by rejection, racial trauma, and a desperate need to belong, but because she never addressed those wounds, she projected them onto others. Lesson: if we do not confront our pain, we will become conduits of it. Unhealed people don't just hurt others, they create cycles of harm disguised as defense. Teaching: true peace begins within. If you don't accept yourself, you will never accept others. Therapy, self-reflection, and real community, not digital clicks, are the way forward. 2. Loyalty. Without integrity is a weapon. Raven's loyalty to Goldilocks wasn't based on truth, it was based on emotional dependence. She defended lies, harmed strangers, and destroyed reputations, all to feel seen. Lesson: loyalty to a person is not nobler than loyalty to principle. When your allegiance blinds you to the truth, you're no longer loyal, you're lost. Teaching: question those you admire. Real leaders can handle accountability. And if someone demands blind loyalty, they are not a leader, they are a manipulator. 3. Defamation is not dialogue. Red Flag Raven claimed to be engaging in free speech, but what she really did was weaponize falsehoods. She didn't criticize, she character assassinated. Lesson: freedom of speech is not freedom from consequence. Calling someone a predator, a scammer, or a liar without proof isn't content. It's character unaliving. Teaching: speak truth with love. Hold others accountable with evidence, not ego. And if you're wrong, apologize sincerely, not strategically. 4. Digital communities need moral boundaries. Raven's platform turned into a digital hate farm. The algorithm rewarded chaos. The audience encouraged cruelty, and no one stepped in. Lesson: when platforms allow toxicity unchecked, they create cults, not communities. Silence enables abuse. Moderation is not censorship, it is spiritual hygiene. Teaching for platforms. Enforce consistent rules about harassment and defamation. Empower creators who elevate truth, healing, and community. Demote content that spreads lies and harm, even if it's popular. Create mental health resources for creators and viewers alike. 5, the path to peace requires detachment from ego red flag. Raven thrived off attention, even negative. Her addiction to being talked about was stronger than her desire to do good. Lesson: you cannot heal in a space that only rewards drama. Peace cannot exist where ego drives every post. Teaching: detox from clout. Choose quiet over clamor. Choose healing over headlines. Choose unity over viral division. Final reflection from the wise man: clout chasers gonna chase, criminals gonna grift and manipulate, but truth stands still while fools spin in circles. In a storm of foolishness, true content speaks with purpose. Let the court of conscience reveal your legacy, not the live stream replay. All topics discussed during this live are for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged.
Me out of the belly of the shadow of death.
Make it way, make it way. 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 Make it
Clip it. Clip it. And that's the end of that story. We don't have to continue that no more. All right, let's move on to this Diddy trial and Trump's beautiful big bill. Big, beautiful bill. Bill that's big and beautiful. BBB bill. Well, you can't say BBB. BBB. It's big. Big mom. We're going to do big, big things. We're going to do big, big things. Big things coming. Big things coming, America. Big, big things coming. Make it rain, make it rain. Hey, Maggie, leave us alone. Stop talking about us. Okay? You see, we're trying to move on to bigger topics. You is not important over here. We is not about to gain no tax to talk about you. I guarantee you that. But if you go to Atlas Family Studios, go ahead to Atlas Family Studios. Hey, you know we got a lot of stuff.
You got a big mouth, running around with attitude when the lens being rude, acting so tough.
Talk about that Diddy stuff. This is a whole different spin on Diddy.
You got an ass backwards way of thinking, and you lie in our face, no blinking. So now that your ship is sinking, it's time to know. Yes, I want to know. Oh, who do you think you are? I wanna know. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Who do you think
Put them owls out there. It's for all them owls out there. All them owls at the Owl Academy. Who y'all think y'all is?
You in the big league, big game, grifting hard to get fame. Narcissistic self-belief, lying through your teeth, no form of measure, all blame. You point your finger, false claim, slander everybody's name. Take yourself for a walk, cause you don't walk your dog, and it's a damn shame. You got an ass backwards way of thinking, and you lie in our face, no blinking. You're so too long. Tiny hands, bobblehead, you all wrong. Sick of hearing your off-key stupid song. We got the sun, I take your Wayne and move along. Just a virtual beggar, you too bold. You can't see that your act's already old. Just mad that you'll never be golden, and all of your content is stolen. Without Jag, you really dried up. No Jag, so alcohol fills your cup. No Jag, not a grift so lonely. Cause Jag was your one and your only. Now you know that it's up and stuck. Getting hit was your karmic luck. You swigging on JD while I'm live and bitching. A dirty bird in a dirty kitchen. Who do you think you are? I wanna know. Who do you think you are? Do you think you are? Do you think you are? Ooh,
Anybody who can go back 30 years and show Diddy anything, he was
do you think you are?
that money was fucking on back then. That money controlled him then, that money controlled him now. Let's be honest about that. You know? That fast life, you know what I mean? Expensive cars, lavish lifestyle, trip, yacht, you know? That whole idea of changing the weather, you know what I mean? Now we travel first class to change the forecast. Never in bunches, just me and you. I love your point of view, but you held no punches. It's been months since I checked back in. Somewhere in a small town, somewhere locking them all down. You know? See, the idea of this is life is what you make it, right? Life is whatever you want it to be. 607 Unc will tell you this, right? 607 Unc will tell you that, you know, you could do whatever you want down here as long as you don't stop nobody else ascension or get in nobody else's way. You could pretty much do whatever you want. See, they broke the cosmic law when they started manipulating in the times of darkness. You know, they started manipulating, doing all of that stuff. That's why he said, you know, shout out to Cassie for holding me down in the dark times, right? Because we were coming out of the time of Pisces and entering the age of Aquarius. Some people who don't have to worry about bills and stuff, they know this stuff already. They know this stuff already because they're on a higher plane of existence because they don't have the same worries that we have, right? So once they start getting this enlightenment from the universe, this is one reason why, you know, what's his name? The Chicago rapper and Kanye West. Oh, this is why Kanye West said, you know, I blame he signed one of them Chicago rappers, and he was like, I blame that because I took that trip to him to Africa and stuff like that, right? So what he was saying is once I started learning and putting knowledge and learning about the history of my real people and stuff like that, it started sparking fire codes with inside my DNA, right? That had me on a battle with inside myself, right? But that battle sometimes seep outside of you in a reflection of, you know, having a disdain for different people, you know, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So a lot of people start having this fight inside their self, and they supposed to be, you know, understanding how to become equally yoked with the energies that's inside oneself, right? But instead, they let that fight leak outside their self, you know, become male chauvinists, become womanizers, become this, become that, right? You know, so a lot of people that are in this world, they tend to have a spiritual battle going on inside their self, and then the physical reflection of it is creating all of this mayhem and madness, if that makes sense. So even when you're looking at this Diddy situation, right? Him, you know, being raised by his aunt, you got to really look at the history of it. You guys always want to analyze, you know, the kids who pew up the schools and stuff like that and say, well, where did it come from? Where did he get it all from? So on and so forth. What was his home life like? How did it, right? But in situations like this, you never really analyze it, right? If you look at Diddy's whole life, right, from his dad being unalive, from his aunt having something to do with it, from his aunt being his mom, so on and so forth, right? You can see a very traumatized and disturbed young man, right? That traumatized and disturbed young man became a wealthy older man, right? That wealthy older man still dealing with the traumas of the youth, right? Has turned into a hard person, right? Not only based off his environment of having to constantly feed his ego from getting out of the environment that he's in, right? But then also in the process of feeding them egos, becoming a monster within inside himself who couldn't even look at his own self in the mirror, right? And then when you can't look at your own self in the mirror, you start to become that monster, right? Look at Heath Ledger's. Heath Ledger gave into the character of Joker so wholeheartedly that look what happened to him. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes people take on these roles. Nicki Minaj said it best. She said, "How do you know I'm not an actor playing a rapper?" Right? This is why she told Ray J, "I like you better when you were an actor." Right? Because whatever role that he's playing right now as a streamer, it ain't working. Right? So you have to actually go into the depths of what idol is. What is an idol tree, right? If you break down the word, you will get Christmas, right? Because what do we do for Christmas? We take a tree, we carry it in our house, we fasten it so it can't teeter or totter, right? And it is idled, right? We put gifts up under it. Therefore, on that given day, we come on bending knee, bowing down in front of that tree. This used to be a god because trees provided so much. That's why in the biblical text it said, "Give thanks to the evergreen God," or the everlasting God. These were words that was later manipulated in order for us to think that it was not talking about the things that it was talking about, because we used to give thanks to everything. So a tree provided fire, a tree provided warmth, a tree provided for us to build houses, so on and so forth. So we used to say, "Give thanks to the everlasting God," because we use evergreen trees. You know, what tree do you bring into your house on Christmas? I bet you don't know. It's an evergreen tree. Okay. So the things that you see now is and always was the manipulative, right? So that's why Usher looked in the camera and said, "There's many gardens down here. Some gardens are dark, but you got to enjoy them gardens." Right? He said, "Some gardens are dark, but you got to enjoy them gardens." It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to the person that's planting dark shit. It makes sense to the person who's planting the dark, you know what I mean? Who's creating the dark garden, you know? When you go into stories about, what's taking place with what Diddy's doing, and you dig back into Enki and in Lil, you'll find a very story where Enki is considered to be the god of semen. The reason why he is considered to be the god of semen is because he put the idea out there that man, right, slinging dingaling, is supposed to be the ultimate persona, right? So that's why they took the women out of the biblical text and how important they are, how y'all RNA passes through the bloodstream and it's connected to the spiritual side, because this is a way to cut off the spiritual side. So they created a trauma system for women, right? And that trauma system has been going on for decades. Go back to the story of, how they defiled Aphrodite's temple, right? Why we consider the weave maker, all of that stuff, right? Because Aphrodite found out what somebody did in her temple. He took somebody in her temple, so on and so forth. So if Aphrodite is the idea of love, right, then that whole idea is saying that someone took something in that temple of love. We don't feed these temples no more. We feed the temples of ego. We feed these houses. We don't feed the houses of the other stuff, right? You don't even know about the houses of the other stuff. If there's 72 demons of the soul of man, then there's also 72 angels that are, to replay with inside the heavens, right, of man, right? And in the hells of man is the 72 demons. But what about the heavens of man? Because heaven is inside of you, right? Why ain't nobody telling us about this heaven that's inside of us? But we'll get to that later, right? On to this Diddy thing, because this is talking about the 72 demons, right? This is a touch of what's going to be revealed to us. This is just a touch. You get what I'm saying? This is a touch of the darkness that's going to be revealed to us. You get what I'm saying? Some people down here operate on low vibrational energies, right? Low vibrational energies is what Solomon considered to be the 72 demons of the soul of man. Baal worshiping, Satan ruling the bowels, right? The reason why they changed up the pyramid and why we eat different and so on and so forth, and why you keep on consuming food, taking shit, producing waste, right? If you go back in time, there was a time that we didn't produce waste, at least feces, right? Because we didn't have a plumbing system. They had to create a plumbing system for this madness, right? Because of the Black Plague, if you go back in history, right? So if you go back in history, history always have these reset points. These reset markers is, basically what is and always was and always will be the change that takes place in this verse, right? So right now, a change is taking place inside the multitude of this verse, everybody, right? Now, what we see on the outside is a reflection of what's taking place on the inside. It's only 10% on the outside of what you see. The sun only shows you 10% of what is, right? That is the 10% that he gave to the sun. That's the 10% that the universe gave to our sun. Yes, we changed it to tithes and offering because that is the duality of things, as above, so below, right? So as above, the 10% that is given to the sun, so below, the 10% of tithes and offerings is given to the churches, right? So this was the metaphor of what they was supposed to be explaining and, giving to the world as far as disclosure and the knowledge of as above, so below, as without, so within. So the same way that they explain everything outside of you, you can take that same analogy and put it inside of you. If there's a universe outside of you, there's a universe inside of you. If there's a sky outside of you, there's a sky inside of you. If there's an earth outside of you, there's an earth inside of you. Now, the story of the biblical text is what God created as earth, which is inside of us, right? The story of what is outside of us is what we deemed to create as earth outside of us, right? Because God told us that we was created in his image, therefore he gave us the power to name everything outside of us, right? But everything inside of us was supposed to belong to him and the universe, so on and so forth. But everything outside of us was considered to be of man, right? And everything outside of us, we got the name, title, so on and so forth. So we took the reference of what was taking place inside of us and how God created inside of us, and we renamed everything that is going on inside of us and named it outside of us. Ones in the chat if that makes sense. Please, ones in the chat if that makes sense, because I'm trying to put it in as simplest form as possible before we actually get into this Diddy conversation, because it's actually deep. And it's tied to the fact that he said people cannot talk about him until 20 years after he's deceased. That's in his NDA. That means he knows more knowledge, right? Because when people say, don't talk about me 20 years after I'm gone, right? It's a reincarnation process thing. Right? I don't want you to put no bad vibes into the universe about me, because I don't want to reincarnate into something lesser, because the universe knows about the fuckery. Huh? We want to talk about it, or is that too deep? Is that to dial it down? Speed it up? What y'all want me to do? Huh? There's no reincarnation. Of course you would say that. I mean, of course you would say that. Carnal-minded people will always say there's no reincarnation process. Carnal-minded people will always say that. But if there was no reincarnation process, then why do the book of Revelation say he who rises above the carnal nature will not experience a second unaliving? Why would the book of Revelation say that if there wasn't no reincarnation process? That would mean that the book of Revelations is lying. And nobody's going to call the book a liar. Are you going to call the book a liar? Okay, so you can't say there's no reincarnation process because even the Bible tells you that there's a second unaliving. So if there's a second unaliving, then that means there's a reincarnation process. Nah. You can't make it what you wanted to make it. You can't make it what you wanted to make it. They already found him guilty on you know, two to five. You know, they just can't get the first one. The first one is, you know, the Rico, right? But the rest of them they already got him on, right? And let's really think about this. If he gets 25 years, right? That's the rest of his life. You know what I mean? Because in the feds, you have to do 85% of your time. So if he get 25 years, he got to do like 21 of that, right? And at his age, you know, that's a lot. That's a lot. So even if the federal guidelines put him at, you know, 35 years, you know, that's a lot. That's a lot.
I don't know the sound. Should I turn it on?
No. And if it pick up, it's gonna be.
Is there a way just to turn on?
You could probably put captions on. Oh no, not if it's live. You can't put captions on. I don't think. He ain't guilty, just different. Yeah, he's different. All right. I guess if you say, you know, taking women to do, you know, freak offs and, you know, SEX, I guess pimping is different, or beating up women is different, or whatever you call it. I don't know. I don't know what y'all call it. You know, trafficking. You know, if he's doing that to her, how many more people, you know what I mean, was involved? How many more, you know, people? How many more, you know? So this is a good thing. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all always cry about how things are going, cry about how our kids is not doing this and doing that and da 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 da. It's because we need better exemplary people that's in higher positions. See, we ain't got the right exemplary people. So y'all keep on seeing our kids doing what the idols do. They not doing what we do. They looking up to the idols. So if we ain't changing the idols, then we gonna keep on living in this world. Why? Because the idols telling our kids to go shake their ass. You telling your kids to go to school. Who throwing money at them? Who buying Gucci's? Who buying belts? Who buying the clothes that they want? School ain't getting that. Who getting that? These idols that's telling them to shake their ass. So you can't say you care about the kids. You can't sit here and say that you care about the future generations if you sitting here trying to lie and make it seem like there ain't a lot of cleaning up that need to be done. There ain't a lot of changing that need to happen. I'm sorry. But in order for us to do better, we have to get the people out of there that is causing the fuckery. We gotta keep him because we gotta keep partying. We want the kids to keep shaking their ass. Get your ass up out this motherfucker. Get your ass up out of here. Did it end?
What?
The live. Oh,
No,
you doing something else?
I'm trying to use my other account.
Y'all get what I'm saying though, right? Y'all get what I'm saying, right? Anybody want to come up in the box? Y'all just hit the guest box and let me know. Y'all come right on up. Speak your piece. Speak your piece. All right. Speak your piece. Speak your piece. To be honest, Diddy was sentenced from the day he was born. Even worse, when his father was unalived.
Let me take that up. Can I say that?
I gotta remove that. I gotta mute that one.
How do you undo the comment?
No. I just mute the account. If you mute the account, it'll take it out the comments. If you block them, it'll you know. No one was cursed from the day they were born, right? Remember, the Bible says that we have to be brought into this physical world in order to grow in the mind and the spirit, right? So until someone or a child is brought into this physical world, they can't grow in the mind or the spirit. So it's up to the elders or whoever is around them to help them mature into a spiritual being, right? So they can be of Christ, right? But if the people around them is corrupted, and if the people around them are suffering, and if the people around them, this is why in the movie Five Heartbeats, Eddie's father looked at him and said, "You ain't gonna be shit because I ain't shit," right? Because it's when you raise something, you raise it to be great. You raise it to be greater than you, right? A lot of these people, personas, they say that they want you to be better than them, right? But then when you trying to achieve what you believe to be better, they tear it down and say you're not going to be, right? So it's very hard to grow and build within a space that comes against everything or anything that is of change or of higher, right? Some people want to keep you how you are or how they remember you because it makes them feel comfortable with who they are or who they, you get what I'm saying? It's like when you're in a relationship, a lot of people don't want you to do better in a relationship because then you might realize that you don't need them and then you might leave them, right? So a lot of people try to keep you in a stagnant, position, not only with inside your mind, with inside, so the relationship seems to always lead to this or lead to that or in a direction so because what they're doing is they're controlling it. So it's always like, I'm going to change, give me a chance to change. Then you say, okay, I'm gonna give you a chance to change, I'm gonna give you a chance to change. All right, and then it's like after they build it back up, then the argument comes again. Like, you said you was going to accept me how you were, how I was. Da, da, da. Now you tell me to change. Now you tell me to change. Hold on. You just said that you was going to change and to give you a chance to change. Da, 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 da. Now here we back are at stage one again, so on and so forth. So they'll keep you in a loop of something, right? Where sometimes you'll start second guessing yourself, right? Once they get you to start second guessing yourself, right? This is where they got you. This is where they got you, right? So you have to be careful. You have to be very careful. This world is tricky, right? But the universe is revealing it to us. The universe is revealing this to us if we allow ourselves to open our eyes and see it, right? So, even with this whole trial situation, this whole thing is going on. Appreciate the follow. This whole thing is going on, everything is going on, but you also have you know, the the big beautiful bill. I don't know if you guys want and heard or read or looked into the big beautiful bill. It was just passed yesterday. Now this bill was a split decision in Congress, 50-50, right? So when it's a 50-50 split, it is the vice president who gets to vote. And of course, the vice president voted it in. So that bill was put into play. Now, if you go read it, you will see that there's major cuts in Medicaid, Medicare, and so on and so forth. And there's going to be cut in education and so on and so forth. And, it just looks like it's benefiting, yeah. So this is it, guys. The Democrats is saying this is a sellout. Basically, he sold America out, and America's people are going to be very upset with how this works. And if you go back to what we were saying already regarding the tariff and how he has the tariff, Elon Musk said that the second half of this year is going to be a doozy. Yeah. Buckle your seats. Buckle your seats. Prepare. Prepare. But looking at this Diddy situation, right? What are you guys thinking? Are you like, I don't know. I know the world is one big stage, so it's hard for me to really like, is this going to does this go down the line? Does this go down the line? Like, is this going to start hitting like other people? Like, is it going down the line? Uh, Jury still deliberating undecided RICO charges. Uh, but they have came up with a conclusion to the rest of them. But we're looking at the RICO charges now, and they're still in a pause, if you would say. So we're still in a pause. We're still in a standstill with it. It say Diddy praying to God out loud in the courtroom. They said he in the courtroom sending up prayers. Giving up prayers. Um, in other news, I think Krishan Rock might, might, hey, might. Never mind. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to find out some more about that Krishan Rock thing. Wait to find out some more on that. They trying to go over to Twitter. It ain't coming out yet. You know he gonna get the acting up. It's crazy. It's so crazy right now. There's like, I guess you could say there's more activity outside the courtroom just waiting for the verdicts. The deliberation is tough. I can only imagine how, what questions is being asked in there regarding the RICO Act. It's like, man, they do not want to. I don't know. To me, are they?
That's what you suggested.
Let me.
I don't know.
Going in to get the answers.
Oh, she going in right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're live.
The verdict on 4 or 5 counts, but remember the other, liberation count. You about to come out with it? Huh?
That's what he said.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it on a different. Everybody is like spamming free Diddy. Listen, a free Diddy wave is going. Y'all might as well get prepared for the summer because y'all gonna be screaming that shit for the whole summer. It's gonna be for a free Diddy summer. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to remake the song. We're gonna have to remake the song. After this verdict come in, I call dibs on a remake of Every Step I Take, Every Move I Make, every night I take, every time I take, I'll be missing. I call dibs on it. Kind of hard with you not around, though you in Rikers smiling down. Whole new song. Every day we pray for you.
Oh, that's the next parody. Oh no.
Till the day you beat again. And my heart is where I keep a friend. Memories give me the strength I need to proceed, the strength I need to believe. My top bigger as the can define. Wish I could turn back the hands of time. Us in the 6, rock the new closing kicks. Me and you taking flicks. I still can't believe you're gone. Give anything you have had the breath. I know you still living your life after this. I call this every step I take, every move I make. I'm gonna get somebody to sing the hook on that shit after this verdict is in. Huh? It's going down, down, down. Do it till your legs shaking. Do it till your legs shaking. I'm gonna shake your leg, your leg, your leg.
I mean, from the sounds of it, though, I think he might be comfortable there.
Who? Why wouldn't he be comfortable there?
He's gonna be the boss.
Unlimited boys, like come
Uh-huh.
on, like it's fucking heaven. He didn't realize that. He probably would have won a long time ago if he'd have realized that.
He's for everything.
Yeah, probably would have saved everything. You know what I'm saying he about to have, you know what I'm saying,
Juice all over
Diddy
him.
parties all over the
I'm pretty
prisons
sure
and shit.
commissary
They gonna
tells
move him.
Baby Lil.
They gonna move him like every 6 months or something like that, because they ain't gonna like how he take over. But he paying. He gonna pay like he weigh. He the Diddy parties everywhere in the prison system. You know what I mean? Oh man, that would be a cool ass cartoon. That would be a cool ass cartoon.
What?
How Diddy taking over prisons and shit. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Prison Diddy.
Everybody would watch that shit. Diddy just taking over prisons and shit.
He become the king.
Take that, take that. It'd be like the Boondocks. Take that, take that. Diddy doing everything. He running across, you know what I'm saying, R. Kelly and shit. They had to split him up. You know what I mean? They had to split him up. Diddy and R. Kelly cannot occupy the same prison system anymore. And then like we getting the updates, like breaking news. You know, every now and again we get breaking news. Even though you watching the cartoon, like every now and again it's like what was released to the public. Like, yeah, like they'll show like a regular family sitting at home doing something, and it'll be like breaking news, and then it'll be like on the screen, it'll be like what's going on with Diddy and so on. Yeah. And then they go back to what he actually doing in prison. Fucking shit up. You know Diddy is not about to, he gonna be in prison making phone calls and shit like, yeah, what's going on with Jay? Oh, he ain't hit you back yet? All right, don't worry about it. Kid Cudi still got that car? Nah. Well, find me another car. Put that shit in the air. He gonna get a hold of that too. He gonna get a hold of that K2 in there like Blueface. Y'all know Blueface in there smoking up all that K2. Huh? If the family is walking out, they sick. I see Justin walk. Justin walk look like he about to cry. Look at that walk right there. He gonna cry. Somebody must have said, you know what? Look, man, 4th of July about to come up. I got fireworks I want to do with my kids. Y'all better just come on. It ain't that hard. He already in that motherfucker. About to go through heart problems and some more shit. Just go ahead and stamp this shit and let's get it over with. Yeah, the verdict is in. That's what we about to listen to right now. The verdict is in. Now listen, all y'all diddlers out there, don't y'all try to riot in the fucking streets or do no crazy shit. Where's this shit at? Sean Combs is in the courtroom talking with the lawyers. Also, nigga, it's over with now. You waited out this long. There ain't nothing on the table. We on day 34, my boy. Ain't nothing on the table. Ain't nothing for you to say after this marker right here. Like you just gotta, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the verdict is in. We waiting. We still waiting. The verdict's not in. The verdict's not in. We still waiting. Y'all saying this in. We been waiting. We still waiting. We waiting. They about to come out and say it. You about to see Tisha Tells come out smiling and shit. Yes. You know what I'm saying? It's you know what I'm saying. He hit like bat shit. He hit like bat shit. And y'all act like we not gonna be waiting. We still gotta wait to hear the sentence hearing. So y'all making it seem like we still ain't gotta wait. This is a hurry up and wait type of system. So as soon as we get the verdict, we still and sentence hearing is set for nah, Green Eyes. I'm not talking about you. It's the TikTok that's spamming it. There's some people on TikTok too that's putting it in. Remember, we on multiple pages. The verdict is in. Damn, they got 27,000 people watching on Law and Crime Network. Damn. 27,000 people watching on Law and Crime? Oh, God. Tell me more. Maybe I need to tap into that algorithm. Yeah, more people is interested in loss. More, I could talk about crimes all day. I'm a motherfucking law and order specialist. Shit, criminal intent was my favorite. I didn't really like SUV, SVU, whatever the fuck it's called. Yo, the verdict is in. The verdict is in. Somebody else say it. The verdict is in. Everybody put it in the comment section one time. The verdict is in. Hit the follow button, TikTok. Hit the follow button if you ain't hit the follow button yet. Right here. Hit that follow button up here. All right. And hit the heart me. Hit the heart me if you want to join the team. Hit the heart me up there. Join the team. Hit the heart me. Don't be afraid to tap the screen. Y'all know how to get this live popping. TikTok. Y'all know how to get this live jumping for the conversation. First, let's get some people in the box. Second, let's tap the hell out of the screen. Third, let's hit the follow button and join the team. Want me to keep going? We waiting to hear this shit. We waiting to hear this verdict. Verdict in Sean Diddy Combs trial. Mark this day. Mark this day. Everybody out there that's doing something to somebody better be shaking after the day. Y'all better be shaking after today, because this shit about to mark and tell the tale of everything. This shit tell y'all right here that we not going to take it anymore. This shit tell you every stuff right here. You know? This one right here about to tell y'all every stuff. Who the hell is that? All right, what they saying?
I mean, yesterday we were talking about how 4 of the 5 counts had been decided upon. The verdict was in, but still a question mark for this morning. What could come of that?
You waited too long for your ass to be. Yes, tell us. Tell us the outcome of this one. Do y'all think? All right. So let's get polls up. Polls up in the chat. Polls up in the chat. Polls up in the chat. Do y'all think this is bigger than the OJ trial? Do y'all think this is bigger than the OJ trial? If we was to do a Diddy trial versus OJ trial, you know, OJ trial being the trial of that century, do y'all think this is bigger than the OJ trial? Lisa says yes. Brat says no. For this generation, yes. No, are you kidding? Okay. I mean, damn. I'm sorry. I ain't compared to Rosewood. Shit. Fuck. act like act like I compared that shit to Rosewood or some marker in history. Do you do you think this is equivalent to Harriet Tubman? Like, damn, all I said was the OJ trial. Damn, we talking about court. We just talking about court. And say, no, are you kidding? It's not anything like OJ, okay? I mean, the trial part, the century, like the century mark, like OJ being that trial being the trial of that decade. This trial, do you think this is the trial of this decade? That's all I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the details of the situation. I'm not talking about the details of the situation. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the trial itself. You know what I mean? Not comparing to the details, just comparing to the trial, like how many people are paying attention to it, how many people are leaning on the verdict. You know what I mean? Like in the OJ trial, there was a lot of people leaning on the outcome of that, right? Like in this trial, comparing to that trial, do you think there's a lot of people leaning on the outcome of this? That's all I'm saying. And I didn't mean to misconstrue y'all with what I was saying. Damn. Yes, the verdict is in. How many? Out of the 5 counts, how many y'all think he guilty for?
Guilty or found guilty?
Yeah, found guilty for.
Found guilty.
How many y'all think he's found guilty for out of the 5?
I'm gonna say 4 because they
4?
just can't figure out this other one.
Carlos said 2. All guilty. 4 out of 5. Satin agrees with you. All right, she's doing too much of this extra. She don't even look like she actually there, do she?
I know.
It look like it's a green screen.
It might be.
TMZ trying to operate in real time too, trying to stay as close as to this as possible. All of them saying the verdict is in, but ain't none of them saying the verdict is in. All right, it's gonna be read soon. That's why I say everybody pretty much going to social media to find out the verdict. Ain't nobody really like.
Maybe that made a consensus a little bit easier.
So we have to step away, stay there. I know you've got a lot going on. I will check back with you shortly,
Yeah,
and
the jury's
also
entering
thank
the
the
courtroom
crew
right now,
as
Antoine.
well. Okay.
Yeah, the jury's entering the courtroom right now. So let's see what happens.
All right. Thank you, Arthur. I know you're busy. Good to see you.
All right, come on. The jury's entering the courtroom right now. Here it go. The moment we all been waiting for. The jury is in the courtroom right now. Reading it off.
All right.
Can we find somebody to listen in?
That verdict comes in, we do have a poll up if you want to weigh in, everybody watching, on what you think the verdict may be. But take us inside, paint a picture of what it is like to be in that room right now.
I don't want to paint a picture of what it's like to be in that room. That's why we're not in that room. We like to paint a picture of our home with some nice feng shui and found not guilty of racketeering.
However, unlikely he would receive that full 10-year sentence. So he's been found guilty of transportation for prostitution in relation to Cassie Ventura, guilty on that charge. On count 4, which is the sex trafficking of the woman who testified under the pseudonym Jane, sex trafficking of Jane, Sean Combs has also been found not guilty. However, on the transportation for prostitution in relation to Jane, he's been found guilty. So Sean Combs guilty on 2 of the 5 charges, but this is crucial. On the 3 most serious charges, the ones which he faced potential life sentences in prison, he has been found not guilty. So just to recap, on that most serious charge of racketeering conspiracy, the charge which he faced a potential life sentence in prison, he has been found not guilty. The 2 counts of sex trafficking of Cassie Ventura and the woman who testified under the pseudonym Jane, he's also been found not guilty. So Sean Combs receiving not guilty verdicts on the 3 most serious charges of which he was accused. Guilty verdicts, though, in the transportation for prostitution charges. These relate to him arranging for the transportation of male escorts across state lines to participate in these events that became known as tweak-offs, the sex marathons that have been.
Damn.
How many years are those?
I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home.
People who didn't say anything are like, oh, thank God. Thank you. After them.
I'm coming. I'm back where I belong. I never felt so strong. I feel like a feeling in my own prime. And if you see me, raise your hand high. Yo, the 3 big ones he got, I thought he was going to at least get hit for 4 of them. I'm not going to lie. Because if you find him guilty on the sex trafficking and the other sex charges, then you have to find him guilty on you know what I mean? Like, what the, like, all of them are kind of linked together. So you can't find him guilty on just arranging the ride. If his money is paying for all of the whole event, you can't just find him guilty on, you know, the male escort part without finding him guilty on the rest of the stuff, because the rest of the stuff is what takes place with all of that stuff.
But wasn't there also, like, didn't they find certain types of substances in the oil that he was putting on the people? Because that means that's him, like, basically poisoning other people without their knowledge or consent.
I mean, let's be honest. We all knew something was going on. That's why I said, like, the longer they sit in deliberations, 14 hours, you know what I'm saying? The longer they sit in the deliberations, better is looking for them. Didn't I say that? The better is going to look for Diddy and them the longer this goes on. You know what I mean? So you say he won because the 3 major ones, which was life, is what he got found not guilty on, right? So the other 2 that he got found guilty on, right? Now we can argue sentencing, right? Where would he be sentenced at? Where can he be housed at? So on and so forth. You know what I mean? With the amount of money he got, he fuck around and have a bracelet on and be at his house. You know what I mean?
Who gets to say?
No mandatory.
Intricate details of how, over the course of 13 hours, this jury of.
Does the judge decide the sentencing, or is that also decided by, like, how's that work?
No, the sentencing, shit, I don't know. He might get time served. I don't know, because I don't know how long. I don't know what the time is for.
And then the other 2 that he was found not guilty on: sex trafficking of Jane, sex trafficking of Cassie. Those probably would have carried bigger sentences as well for prison. This guilty on transporting people for prostitution, 2 counts. I think the maximum is 10 years.
Yeah.
And according to the New York Times, when Diddy heard that, he turned around to his family, gave them like a sign that he was praying, and then pumped his fist.
Well, obviously, one would assume that he's relieved that he's found not guilty.
Because now he can talk with an under 10-year sentence.
Yeah.
Like if the maximum for those are 10 years, he can say, let me get, time served and the rest of the time, on home confinement. He coming home.
More catering to the elites.
If the maximum time is 10, he can talk him to 5 years with credit for the time that he's been in already, which will probably break it down to 2.5 years. With the time that he's been in, he can do the rest of it at home.
It's gonna end up being him being super paranoid though when he comes back.
Operating, but take the night off, go home, come back. It seemed like 1, 2, 3, they came back and they said to the judge they had a decision on that.
It was less than an hour of deliberation today, after 12 hours of deliberation previously. And I think Arthur made a very good point there in that, yeah, people will say, okay, they were deadlocked. This is.
I mean, that's how I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at how, this could look, and like he's coming home, like, because if the maximum for those two is 10 years, if the maximum for those 2 counts that he got found guilty for is 10 years, all of the danger stuff is off the table. You know what I mean? All of the other stuff is off the table. So literally the numbers that he's looking at, 7 years, man, they might let him do that shit at home. He might be dropping an album by the end of this year. Diddy about to be home for Christmas. Diddy is coming home for Christmas.
I don't know about that.
Well, you don't know about him coming home for Christmas? They just said the maximum time that he can get for the
I know, but think about it. There are people that put him in the position he's in. He's gonna try and figure out who those people are, and then those people are gonna respond.
he still got all the civil lawsuits.
Yeah.
They might read, you know what I mean?
He might be in court for like or selling out money.
Yeah, but this fight right here gives him at least room to, be at home, I guess. He kind of fought it and beat it, really. Like, if you ask me, he beat it. Like, I mean, yes, he got found guilty, but he beat it. You know what I mean? I mean, just to beat the RICO itself, I thought he was gonna get hit on the other ones, because if you got trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and you got sex, trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, if you get found guilty for the transportation part of it, for the 2 counts of the transportation, right? Then isn't it the same as the coercion or fraud or force? Because you're providing the transportation. Without your means of transportation, no one can be forced to go anywhere. Without you paying out for it, no one can really be forced to go anywhere. So how do you get found guilty on the transportation to engage in it and not get found guilty on the force part, the fraud, force, or coercion. Shut up. He could be released within an hour. Hell no. Hide your kids. Hide you. All you motherfuckers better. All you motherfuckers better burn. Ray J. Get low. Everybody. Get low. Get low. You all better hide. He about to come out with a hell of a vengeance. If you think if he get released today, what? What if Diddy get released today? That boy coming home with straight venom, big flames. TMZ better watch out.
Up to 20 years, defense will most likely certainly argue that concurrently.
$1 million bond. He coming home.
The government might be able to go to Florida, New York.
Look.
The government got its ass kicked here.
TMZ is in full panic right now.
This case was
TMZ is in full panic right now.
And the DA.
The max they can give him is 20, and if he run it consecutive, it's 10.
The jury bought Agnifalo's argument that this was, ooh, you got Astroglide off the screen. They lost. This was a huge loss. Just a game, right? Diddy. Well, it was a game. But Diddy did some monstrous things. Yes. You can't fault the prosecution. And the prosecution put on a really good case. I'm not faulting the jury, but it's like these things happen, and it was worth the risk for the government, right? He's a kind of a monster.
Okay. Now, can I ask y'all, is this damn near, this is about to hit different. This wave right here is about to hit different. But watch. Because this shit is about to say, like, they don't give a fuck. Like, they don't, you know what I mean? Trump did it on the down low, y'all. He can pay that off. They said they might be giving him $1 million bond today, so he might be getting out today on $1 million bond.
Even while faced with this case, he assaulted Jane here in New York, preparing to surrender. He had drugs in his hotel room, was ready to commit the same offense. That was not but to your point, that's not the analysis. Not the analysis. Is he a flight risk and is he a danger? Okay, but and that's not beyond a reasonable doubt danger. That is he a danger? It's a different analysis than convicting someone beyond a reasonable doubt. Right. I mean, listen, what the judge could say hypothetically is he beat Cassie to a pulp in a hallway.
Gene Dill better get up out the way. All these people. You know how many people right now is like, do I got time to write the judge? Oh shit. They listen, the only thing that's on the table now is whether he can go home today.
Ephemeral right to this, like,
we keep going back to the Intercontinental, which happened in 2016. June 2024, a year ago, he beat Jane to a pulp.
Well, but that's according to testimony. That testimony necessarily.
She showed her bruises.
I know.
While he was under federal investigation, he was doing all of this stuff.
I understand, and the judge might hang his hat on that. We're going to know, I think, in the next 5 minutes, right? Or maybe the judge can take my advice.
That's what I think the prosecutor is saying, is that even he is now acquitted, whatever.
Judge says, I'm not going to resolve this second. I need to review the statutes. Ms. Comey, do you have a case in which bail was denied after a conviction under the Mann Act? You may confer. That's the question. We plan to be here the whole day. That's the question. Is there a no bail under the Mann Act? And he's asking the prosecutor, do you have a case that allows me to hold somebody without bail pending sentencing based on the Mann Act? It troubles me that he's distracted by that because that's not the analysis. No, but it's just not. But no, it's part of it, right? If the answer is it's never happened in the history of American jurisprudence, then maybe okay. He should apply the standard of whether to release someone pending sentencing, and the standard says: is that person a flight risk? And is that person a danger? It is a separate analysis from your conviction and your indictment. I totally agree with you. We can independently analyze that, right? Is he in danger? Well,
I know, right? I think it crushes. To be honest, I think this crushes a lot of people's I think this crushes a lot of people's belief in the system. I think this right here is a pivotal point in understanding like how much faith we like if we don't help each other, like if we don't just want better for each other, if we don't, they don't give a fuck. Money rules this system and they don't give a fuck how we treat it. And I hate to say that, but this right here tells you that, you know,
Cassie had a 11-year relationship, and she seemed down with it, at least on paper, on text, with her words for a lot of it. And then there's parts where she said she wasn't. And, you know, when I heard this testimony,
he might get a scary movie after
when
this.
Cassie testified
Huh?
that we were
He fuck around and get a scary movie after this. Huh? Sean Combs. You know, they're gonna put that voice on it. They're gonna put that theater voice on it. Sean Combs, back at it again, like you never seen before. Huh? Ain't no fucking 10 years probation. Shut up.
And this was on direct where the prosecutor, I remember thinking, okay, prosecutor asks the question and then she offers. But to the jury, it appears inauthentic. Yeah. Because she would have said that.
Right, I'm telling you.
At the beginning. We talked about this and it always like stuck in my head. And I always thought.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Sean Combs, back at it.
After an hour, and they said, there's one guy who's just not following the law. It just made me think it had to be 11 guilty.
Mike, it's okay, Mike.
Well, it's not 11. We had multiple, but no. They came in and said a juror will not follow the instructions. Sure.
It's an upside down world.
After the first hour, juror 25, they said he was not following the law. So it sounded like it was 11 against 1.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is madness. You know, more people paying attention to this than they paying attention to that big beautiful bill. Yes, we can all say we kind of predicted this in some way, shape, form, or ideal. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. If you just coming into the live, hit the like button and hit the follow button up here. All right, y'all hit that follow button up there. You know what they say here in America, it's not what you do, it's what they can prove, right? See, the burden of proof was on the prosecutor. He did all they had to. That's why a defense attorney will tell you, you don't have to say nothing. We hear what evidence they have, and then we combat that, right? Don't incriminate yourself. Don't say anything, right? That's probably why they didn't have no witnesses up there. That's probably why they didn't need to bring any type of witnesses. That's probably, I mean, for real, they probably didn't even give a closing argument. You know what I mean? Because they're showing you that the fifth, you know, if Diddy would have won up there and said anything, probably would have incriminated himself, you know, because then he's explaining how or what or why he did anything that he did. Thus far, the justification does not outweigh the logic, right? So he literally, they showed you. They show you. That's why I say you push a bunch of paperwork, right? You push them to a 14-hour deliberation. You
said that. I mean, from the beginning.
Hey, listen, I promise you, if it's under 10 years, he's going home today. If it's under 10 years, he's going home today. They going to give him with the time that he already served, you know, you looking at probably 5 years home confinement. Because once he get out, he got to start doing a bunch of good stuff. And then if they give him some type of deal where he's got to, do like a charity tour or some shit like that, good, he's going to do that on home confinement. The prison systems is too crowded, so on and so forth. A 10 years, a 5-year sentence in the state, man, get out of here. They're going to get that man home confinement. Like 6'9". He gonna be in the Bahamas somewhere with a bracelet. Cause they're gonna put him on witness protection or something. He might just throw a party when he get out. Get your tickets now. Get your tickets now.
What did they do with OJ when that whole debacle happened?
You think he walking out on bond? When OJ what?
Where did they keep him? Because he was pretty high profile. So was it in the state that he lived in?
I think it was Florida, but I don't know. He moved around. Nah. I mean, they looking at it under the fact that he signed the contract. TMZ is about to be shattered by this. Like, look, Howie don't know what to do.
No. He admitted to beating the crap out of her in the hallway. If they think he
Oh, shit. The world is upside down. The world is upside down. Listen, y'all know what we doing over here. That's why I said we got to build the homesteads. That's why I said we got to invest in each other. That's why I said change is not going to come from the top. We have to build it from the bottom. Y'all see what we got going on. That's why we telling y'all, like, yo, listen, support something, get behind someone, show that you want a different image for your people, show that you want a different idea for this world, show that there's love, compassion, kindness. No matter what they pass in paperwork, no matter what they put in books, we still can operate with each other accordingly.
Seismic defeat for the president.
It's an embarrassing disaster or one of the most.
I think prison for 5 years. He's happy to go.
I
knowing
think
what.
And also, it's right in front of
prison.
them. It's like so
It's the best possible
uncomfortable.
result. He faces up to
Oh
20.
no! But he's not going to Supermax. He could go to a
He
minimum.
goes to a white collar
Yeah,
prison.
that's right.
Yeah. We're actually in the very rosy picture. He still has
No, but
100 Busby lawsuits. Life is effectively over.
100 Busby lawsuits. They dropped all the big charges, right? You think that's what he say? He walked past every juror like, I know people that, your daughter bought my CD. I know people that know where you live. Y'all listen to me. Anybody that listen to me in their household, I know where you stay. Huh? If you was partying with me in the 90s, I know who you are. This is a nightmare. Him is a nightmare. He's a nightmare on Elm Street. Howie is in panic. This man cannot stay still. Howie is in full panic mode.
I'm gonna try 5 times. So I'm gonna get.
Diddy get the doodle and daddle again. R. Kelly is in a cell right now, pissed. R. Kelly is like, how the fuck? How he get away with it? I couldn't get away with it. Should have known how to read. R. Kelly should have known how to read. R. Kelly is somewhere pissed. He pissed. He did the same shit I did, and he motherfucking Where Ronnie Bo now? Hey, Golden Queen, get that interview with Ronnie Bo now, huh? That motherfucker probably ready to flee the country. Get that interview with Ronnie Bo now. Inquired mind want to know, my boy, huh? I'm coming home. Tell the feds I'm coming home. Let the tears wash away all the rain from yesterday. I'm back where I belong. I never felt so strong. I'm feeling like it's nothing that I can't hide. And if you with me, raise your hands high. That my Diddy about to get an MTV special, making a band. Everybody gonna have to turn in their favors after this one. Everybody gonna have to turn in their favors after this one. Huh? Meek Mills, that ass ain't safe. DJ Khaled, that ass ain't safe. Huh? Booty Bandit back on the streets. He wanted it all. He wanted all. He coming. Y'all not safe anymore. This shit over with.
Oh my God. The one who was saying, I like your.
You know what he coming for. Y'all motherfuckers better move out right now. Huh? Y'all better move out right now. Lock your doors. Prepare for the rise. All the Diddy fans, all of them about to be out. Shit, this might be those 3 days of darkness that they was talking about. If this motherfucker get out today, we gonna fuck around and go through 3 days of darkness. They gonna be out there scraping everything. You hear me? Go make sure all the cameras work in the house. Make sure we fuck around and go through the purge if this nigga get out. I promise you. We fuck around and go through a purge if he get out. I promise you, this shit about to be. This shows that we in the time of darkness right here. That people can get away with anything. You know what I mean? That's why I said, man, we gotta build these homesteads. Hey, if y'all not on the YouTube page, go over to the YouTube page. If you ain't on the TikTok page, go over to the TikTok page. We also on Twitch. We on 2 pages on YouTube, 1 page on Twitch, 1 page on TikTok. Make sure y'all follow the right people in this day and age, man. Make sure y'all follow the right people in this day and age. Y'all know we out here on the farm. Y'all know we need helping hands. Y'all know we'll take support. However y'all want to do it. We out here on the farm. We got the chickens. We got a pig. We looking to get more stuff. We got some equipment down right now, and I'm trying to get it back up, so I can get this grass cut before it get too high. So if you can, please help towards that. If you could do anything, please. I ain't selling $50 candy bags like Grip Baby. I tell you that much. I ain't on TikTok selling $50 candy bags like Grip Baby. Shit. I ain't going in that direction. Fuck that. We're gonna build these homesteads and learn how to get along with one another. We gonna walk around this motherfucker like Arthur. What a wonderful time today. If we can learn to walk and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Yo, the bad guys is winning, man. You see where that Chucky doll came from, huh? Who made Chucky? Well, think about that. What toy company did the Chucky doll come from? Do y'all know? Anybody? Somebody put it in the chat. I'm not even going to say it. What toy company did the Chucky doll come from? They tell you what they making. Somebody said Hasbro. Good guy. Good guy. That's who Chucky was made from. Good Guy Doll Company. Good Guy Toys. Good Guy. So the good guys made the Chucky doll. Huh? They telling you right there. Good guys made the Chucky doll. Huh? Yeah, Good Guy Doll Toy Company. Come on, man. Good guys. The good guys made the motherfucking demon. The good guys made it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you look back at the history of this world, it was always made to be a corrupted plane of existence, right? You guys think that we have this is like a gladiator school down here. You know what I mean? Like, you know how many times I go out and I got to deal with that level of energy? Every time I go out, I'm in a combatant. I don't even try to be in that energy with everybody. Just want to be like, oh, you think you smart? Shit, I know some smart shit too. I'll say one word and they'll be like if I go to the hood and stuff where I'm from, I'll start talking. They'll be like, man, shit, you using these big words and shit, making me feel all dumb. I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? Yeah, shit, I got some big words. I can use big words too. But I'm not challenging you on your vocabulary. I'm just not letting you downplay my vocabulary. I'm not going to dumb myself down so you could feel better about yourself, right? And that's what happens in society. A lot of people tell you to dumb yourself down so they can feel better about their lack of education. You know what I mean? And a lot of people have become comfortable with dumbing themselves down. And now we live in a society where literally half these people don't know shit because they ain't learning nothing, right? And we were saying this yesterday when we was on there. They have to prove this, right? But you also have to look at the system that is already is, right? How can you say he's guilty for the providing the sex workers or the trafficking part of it, getting them there, right? Whatever, right? But you say he's not guilty for the rest of the stuff. Hold on. None of the other stuff can take place if nobody's there to participate. So if you don't use your money, your business, your organization to get them there, none of this stuff takes place. So how? You can't get found guilty for B if A didn't get you there. You can't get found guilty for none of that shit if they don't get there. So I don't, the world is already is what it is. That's why we say the world is one big stage, right? We also said, I guess this might soothe the mind of some of those, incubus and succubus that's in the world, because we told y'all that, people was fucking since, they've been hunching since hunching was hunching. They gonna keep hunching. All right. So you see what's happening right now, if we don't hold ourselves to higher standards, hold ourselves to, dignity, a higher decorum, a higher, they what? The elites care about how we getting treated down here? Huh? And I promise you, that's why Michael Jackson said it don't matter if you black or white. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about my brother. It don't matter if you black or white. They don't give a fuck whether you're black or white. You know what I mean? They give a fuck about green. Now you can sit down here in poverty and make it seem like it was a black or white thing, but it ain't. Okay? It's a greenback money system that we live in. And he who has that greenback, huh? Why the fuck you think Elon Musk can build a fucking space station? Not neither me nor you can't even build a rocket in our backyard. This motherfucker get a whole X station just buying airspace and shit. How many stars you own? Huh? These motherfuckers are trying to buy the universe. That's the new song right there. That's the new song that they gonna put out. 1, 2, Diddy's coming for you. 3, 4, you better lock them doors. 5, 6. I'm trying to tell you, Diddy is on the prowl.
And you guys you can shoot the beginning of the show with Diddy. Okay? Okay, so let me just tell everybody watching this.
Diddy get to do it again.
It's now it's almost 8 o'clock LA time, 11 o'clock Eastern time. So we are going to start our morning meeting for the TMZ on TV show. At 11, the judge on the bench, 11 LA time, no, excuse me, 10 LA time, 1 New York time. The judge is going to be back on the bench and I think is going to make a decision on whether to release Diddy or not. I think there's a good chance he's going to do it. And we will be back on YouTube when the judge convenes. So we'll let you know. So at around 11 o'clock, at 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern, just before that, we'll come back.
Damn, we about to take a 2-hour break. Diddy is coming home. Y'all come up for the conversation. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. TikTok. Y'all get in the box. Let's talk about this. Y'all have to get in the box and talk about this. This is a big one. All the dealers get to say, I told you something. Free my boy. Yeah, come on. Y'all know y'all want to rub it in faces of people. Come on. Come on. Y'all know y'all want to come out like, so turn out the lights and close the doors. But for what? Because we don't love them hoes. Come on. Come out and say it. Do it. Do it. So we can clothesline and drop kick you motherfuckers. Come on out. Show yourself. Show yourself so we can clothesline and drop kick you motherfuckers. Somebody let me borrow some money so I could go get some bud. Please. I need smoke. Somebody let me, I need to go smoke. This shit hit different. I'm sick of this world, man. Send me back to the dimension I belong to. I want to go back to Venus. Huh? Can we go back to when we just used to be sex slaves to women and shit like that? And y'all used to determine what male get to make it based off of their bruteness?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, when y'all used to just fuck us up and be like, this one, to the dungeons. You know what I mean? And y'all used to just, you know, procreate and use us for procreation and determine that we wasn't smart enough to rule. Yeah, like y'all was just like, these motherfuckers is not smart enough to, yeah, just take our sperm and not all of us can make it. I mean, I know, you know, with the knowledge that I hold, somebody's gonna say, all right, you know, put him over here. He's wise, you know what I mean? But we gotta go back to that. Yeah, they ruled that shit with an iron. I said too much. We gotta reset the live TikTok. We said I done said Venus.
Dang.
I knew as soon as I mentioned Venus, they was gonna be like, no. Hey, put your notifications on. Put your notifications on. We're gonna come right back. We're gonna come right back because they're gonna start dropping the numbers out.
Yeah, it already happened. Half just dropped.
Yeah, I know. I want to say certain stuff over there. That was 5K that came through though. Yo, YouTube, hit that cash app. YouTube, hit that cash app. I couldn't say that when TikTok was up, but now that TikTok's down and I got to reset, hit that cash app. Lisa, I don't know when to take you serious because sometimes you insult me and stuff like that, and you attack me and stuff, Lisa. So I don't know how to take you serious, Lisa, because sometimes you attack me and stuff, and I just don't understand it. So I wonder where you get his face back on that. I don't know. I think he would get some endorsements back, right? Wouldn't he? You think they still gonna back him? I don't know. I think business wise, everything wise, anybody would be a fool to stand close to him, right? I think publicly, this is like the election, right? This is like when Hillary won the popularity votes but didn't win the electoral votes. Yes, he won the electoral votes, but he didn't win the popularity votes, right? So according to the population, he's still guilty, right? There's no way you can allow so much evidence of heinous crimes to be publicly displayed and expect us not to have our own inner judgment on this. So I think a lot of people with their own moral compass and own sense of, self-respect, dignity for their mothers, you know what I mean? Like Tupac said, you know what I'm saying? We got our name from a woman, we was raised from a woman, you know what I mean? So if you watching a man that's not showing high levels of respect for a woman, after everything that we've been through in this world, then throw him away. So I think to the public eyes, he is guilty. You know what I mean? Now, of course, it is what it is. The verdict is in. Him's coming home. Okay. Now, well, yeah, TMZ better have a meeting after this shit, because you gotta remember TMZ was one of the groups that was putting out the most shit, about him. So TMZ being one of the people putting out the most shit about him, everybody might well be shaky at this point. Atwood's network with that whole MK Ultra shit, putting those things out there, Misha Fuller, all of that shit. Like, shit, Diddy might, you know what I'm saying? Diddy gonna hit everybody after this. All you motherfuckers. Y'all think he playing? Huh? Let me think. Did we say too much about Diddy? No, I don't think we said too much about Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So I know he about to hit all of them. Jaguar, right? You might as well buy a bunker. Start digging a hole now. Buy a bunker. Go, get you an antenna. Run that motherfucker. You don't do nothing but operate on YouTube and all these other social media sites. So, Big Hungry CC, he done fled the country already. He said, I'm leaving America, So, and that's probably because he implemented in that lawsuit, Jaguar, right? Ooh, you said the most. You better run high, duck. You know what I'm saying? Man. Y'all are in trouble. Lucifer is coming home, possibly today. This is about to be a hell of a weekend. 4th of July celebration about to be different. Oh, yeah. Diddy about to be able to throw a 4th of July party? Oh, man. If he get out before the 4th of July, he going to say, you're going to see videos. He going to be like, on this day, I celebrate my independence. Oh, my goodness. This shit about to be ugly. This weekend about to be ugly. Jane, appreciate the gifts. Love it. Oh, who was that? Yeah, appreciate the gifts. Love is love. I wonder what Ronnie Bo got to say. Oh, Ronnie Bo. Oh, Ronnie Bo. Remember, Ronnie Bo, that you said that you was the one that, you and Jaguar put the nail in the coffin in this whole situation? Y'all blew this shit out of the water, used as the Malcolm X and the Martin Luther of this shit. Huh? You might as well stop all proceeds to cruelty-free music. Bad boy, baby. Ah, Rock Nation for life. This is gonna get ugly. It's about to be ugly. Yeah. Ronnie Slow need that $4 again. You know this is about to scare a lot of people. Now you see why Justin Bieber ain't say shit. They started saying that he was taking people out. They started saying that he was involved in the Tupac. I mean the Biggie shit. They started saying everything. It's getting ugly now. Appreciate the gifts. Appreciate the gifts. Listen, don't try to act like y'all don't know or didn't know or wasn't prepared or wasn't. Nah, he wasn't never going nowhere. They just had to, his truth had to be revealed somehow, and they just decided to reveal it like that. Like the truth of what goes on in the industry, everything that's happening, it had to be revealed. And that's how they decided to reveal it. And that's the face that they decided to use to reveal it. And now y'all know what goes on in the industry, and y'all seem to be okay with it. So let's just keep freaking. You know what I'm saying? The universe is cool with whatever y'all cool with, and y'all cool with this shit. So let's just keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Johnson & Johnson about to go up in stock. They about to go and sell out. Johnson & Johnson, you got to rebuy all that baby oil. He pretty much can get out and laugh in the government's face. Some more hotel rooms about to get destroyed. Baby oil everywhere. Couches, beds, everything fucked up. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about the tariff. We might as well talk about, this one big, beautiful bill. My. About to get so bad. Bill Cosby and R. Kelly is pumping their fist somewhere. How the fuck? Even Epstein and them got to be mad at this shit. How the fuck? How'd he do it? How the fuck did he do it? All of them got to be mad at this shit. All of them looking. He was on an island with us. How the fuck? You got the motherfucker. You got to go down in the right time. You got to go down in the right time. This world don't give a fuck about what's going on right now. This world don't care about what's going on right now. They don't. They care about the money. The money. At this point, you might as well put Puffy in the presidency. This shit looking ugly. And Trump just passed that big, beautiful bill. And you could look at all of the lawsuits that's out there that you want. But once them lawsuits start dropping off as being fraudulent, so on and so forth, or people getting scared because they don't want to, now that he's out, they don't want to, say they got a lawsuit against him no more, or they dropping a lawsuit, or all Busby lawsuits start getting dropped because they getting scared or whatever the case may be. Don't try to be like, oh, what happened? Nah, 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 nah. Y'all already knew that this dude was intimidating witnesses before, so on and so forth. And you know what I mean? So asses is being taken, Ray J. Don't try to go be a part of the witness protection program now, Ray J. Don't try to be a part of the witness protection program now, Ray J. Okay? You remember who started that barbecue shit, you know? And I already knew it. I already knew it. I said it. I thought it was gonna be like a mistrial or something, but this is worse. No, yeah, man. Listen, nobody. If the maximum of those is 10 years. The maximum is 10 years. Somebody with his money beating a 10-year state sentence is he's gonna get like probation or something. He's gonna be sitting on like probation. 5 years probation. Tisha Tell's out here pissed.
Crashing out. He's crashing out. And I love to see it. He is whoever it is, he is crashing out. Meanwhile, the man that he rolled out for don't know him, won't shake his hand, but he wants at the end of the day. And anyway, listen, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, it is what it talks about. And I get it. And it's sad that these bands. You guys, let's get back into this, okay? So anyway, Mark Agnophilia.
31,000 people watching. That is good right there. 31,000 people watching her live. 600K. That's how your numbers is supposed to look as a 600K, 500K content creator with subscribers. You're supposed to have 31. That's how your numbers are supposed to look. Atwoods and them over there sitting on 1 million and can't get no fucking numbers in there. When you got 500,000 subscribers, you're supposed to have at least 31K in there. That's how it's supposed to look. So yeah, kudos for her for, that's a lot. That's great. That means more people are watching her than some of these news channels. TMZ ain't even looking at these numbers. TMZ is doing 4,000 over on TikTok Live, 4,000, 5,000 over on TikTok Live, 2,000 on their YouTube channel. They don't even have those numbers in there.
Point, but again,
that's why I say y'all, you gotta give respect where respect is due. You know what I mean?
They're saying that Diddy should be out on bail because of the prostitution. They said he should be released now. He should be returned to home. He's only been convicted of the Mann Act, which, by the way, can go up to 20 years for the Mann Act, right? Mark has made a bid saying he got released he got not guilty for less serious things, but it is, right? He said that his plane has been chartered. The plane is in Maui, so he's not a flight risk. He says he has no.
Damn, that boy coming home. That boy coming home, possibly today. Yikes. I mean, at this point, dang. At this point, wowzers. Well, the judge got to come back and rule on it, but he said, I'd rather look. If you don't think shit, baby oil might be through the roof. Price of baby oil might be through the roof. But this goes to say, that everything that they've been doing on here, this whole Ali Carter, Jaguar Wright, all of this, stuff that they've been doing online, so on and so forth, it says a lot about that stuff, right? Misha Fuller, so on and so forth, all of them, it says a lot about that stuff, right? We kind of got the answer that we wanted and the answer that we didn't want at the same time, right? Jaguar Wright ain't never helped no victims, ain't no victims, none of that shit. Misha Fuller wasn't one of the people that was at these tunnels. Ali Carter was not in these fucking tunnels, right? Because now you see none of this shit really, you know what I mean? None of this, really is happening. How it's like none of it now. You can see. He's already been there too long. Free Diddy. Damn. Well, I told y'all that everything was going to be revealed and you were going to be shocked. This world is not what you think it is. You know what I mean? You want somebody to save you better save yourself. You know what I mean? So yeah, you want to get saved, you better save yourself. You gotta save yourself in all of this. However you look at it. But I think with everything that's going on, it does say a lot about justice. It said a lot about justice. And it's, if he's and that's what's crazy about this world, because a lot of people are out here showing you that it's not about, what it's about what you can prove. You know what I mean? And we done seen how he treated her. We done seen, now we know that these freak offs are real. We know that he's selling them on a black market, all types of shit, we know about now. But that big, beautiful bill, thank God for justice. That big, beautiful bill that's being passed, man, y'all dropped the ball on this one. Y'all let Trump slide this one in.
No time trying to give a thing is certain. Huge power in tech. President J.D. Vance and Senate's Action House.
On the Republican side of the aisle, claim to be fiscally responsible, get lost.
Application for
you can't do it in changes just the way they were in the Senate.
Hold on, I gotta find it. I want to get the whole thing and actually read the bill. Damn, it's crazy out there right now, in New York. It's crazy out there right now in New York. I mean, at this point, you might as well say all charges is dropped. If that's what he's just looking at, 10 years, that's like saying all charges is dropped. You know what I mean? Like to go from a RICO, 3 charges, Man, first they dropped the ball on the Young Thug. Now this, like, damn. The Fed's gonna have to.
Giving him no additional jail time. But this charge, the Mann Act, is such a BS charge that almost never gets charged in federal court. So he's in a little bit of a quandary, the judge here. My guess is he's probably going to keep him in for at least the time being and maybe say, I'll consider this a little bit more down the road. That's a guess.
We're looking at, I have to say, outside the courthouse where family and friends are animated and maybe some people who just want to be a part of this moment.
I don't see the blue jacket out there, guys. We good.
But it looks like everything calmed down, and that looks like it could be a family member or a friend going back into the courthouse. So Arthur,
Yeah, they out there showing out in front of it. They is showing out in front of the courthouse.
May not have to wait till 3-4 o'clock today for his decision.
Yes, he definitely could. He not only could he should. In other words, come on, Judge. Like, this is what you get paid for. Like, this is why you went through the United States Senate to get.
I mean, this has dragged out long enough. Just go ahead and give us the get out my boot.
I'm gonna send this to Tim.
Zena.
Put you in there.
Zena. Get out my boot. So yeah, freak offs are back on now. You know what I mean? Freak offs has now been legitified. It's okay to have freak offs now, I guess. I guess now we can have, orgy parties or whatever. I don't know. They charge them at the door, I guess. And we allowed to share, substances with each other. So I don't know. I don't know what this is saying. We got to build back America great. We got to build back America great, Y'all do it. Do what y'all do. Who is this, baby kitty? She came out of nowhere, jumped up there quick. Right behind you? Mm-hmm. Damn. Is this what they meant by make America great again? We might have to take a brief intermission and come back. I'm going to have to run to the store. No, I'm going to have to smoke today. I know I'm going to have to smoke today. All right, so on the one count, racketeering conspiracy, not guilty. Count 2, sex having by force, fraud, or conspiracy, not guilty. So he only got hit with 3 and 5. He only got hit with 3 and 5. I guess they telling me that it's okay to sling dick in the Discord. I guess they giving me the green light to be a Discord dick slinger. Oh, shit. Damn. 100 billion plus. Damn. 930 billion slashed from Medicaid and food stamps. Snap. Oh yeah, cut. Medicaid is cut. Medicaid cuts possibly settling work require. Oh yeah, Medicaid is cut. Yeah, Medicaid program is cut. No more Medicaid. He ain't about to get no time. He ain't about to get no time for that. Everything that Obama, if you look at that big, beautiful bill, everything that Obama put into play is slashed out. Planned Parenthood, Medicaid, all of that stuff is slashed out. I don't know. In this new world, y'all might mess around and need people like Diddy. Yeah. You know? This Discord, I'm gonna have to start with everything that's happening, you know, I might have to really start slinging D in the Discord. I don't know. It's looking bad. It's looking bad. Fucking looking bad. The you know, the good guys is losing. The good guys is losing. Might have to start slinging D just to get ahead of the curve. Shit. Might have to be a Discord D slinger just to get ahead of the curve, man. It's getting bad. Might have to sling it to sling it to the east. I think you know, you find the right person. I think I'll be a good little sugar baby. You know what I mean? Throw some money at me. Let me change some shit in this world. You know what I mean? Throw some funds at me. Let me do some shit. I'm not the sugar baby that's going to ask for a car. You know, I don't want to. You know, I don't want you to throw me a party. I'm not that sugar baby. You know what I mean? I'm the mushroom stamp tea bag. You put it on the top of your head, sugar baby. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh shit. Fuck around and have to by any means this shit. You hear me? By any means this shit. Huh? I'm gonna have to be an intellectual big dick demon. They is letting him free today. They is gonna be shaking ass in the streets of New York tonight if Diddy come home today. If Diddy come home today, they gonna be, huh? That Drake song gonna come back out. So tonight we going up on the Tuesday. Got your girl in the club and she Tuesday. I'm trying to tell you, if Diddy get out today, no, y'all laughing. Y'all laughing. This shit is getting rough, man. This shit is getting rough out here. You know? I might really have to start slinging this shit, man. They paying for. I might really have to start slinging this shit just to get ahead of the curve. I know I can get it ahead of the curve faster if I start actually slinging this shit. You know what I mean? You know, I won't have to do it much. I'll just go on like a Discord dick slinging tour or something like every now and again, with with contracts rolled out and stuff. You know what I mean? Just a little tour and shit. You know. Well, treat Dingaling slinging like a concert coming to a city near you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Slinging Dingaling there, city near you. I need to smoke. Oh man, they're not out here doing that shit. He just, he just getting it from the guys or something. He doing all the guys. Y'all got ladies. Y'all need somebody. You know what I'm saying? You know, fuck around, put a Chippendale on wheels or something. You know what I'm saying? For real, this shit sex seem to be selling like hotcakes out this motherfucker. Fuck selling bean pies, you know what I'm saying? We selling ding-a-ling surprises and shit, you know what I mean? Just knock on your door. Somebody ordered you ding-a-ling today. Oh my God, for me? Yes. Somebody did that for you. One of your girlfriends must have knew you needed it. Yeah, ding-a-ling, surprise, surprise. Somebody ordered you ding-a-ling today. Who could it be? Who ordered me ding-a-ling? Oh, girl, you know me so well, yeah. You know what I mean? Fuck a hug-a-thon. Ding-a-ling, surprise today. You couldn't be so nice. They letting you know that this shit is okay. You know what I'm saying? None of the male escorts got in trouble. Nobody got in trouble for this shit. You know what I'm saying? They selling this shit like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think my ding-a-ling's worth selling shit or something. Somebody put a down payment on it. Let me know. Anybody want to put a down payment on some ding-a-ling? Let me know. You know, and just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Rent a dick. Anybody want to put a down payment on rent a dick? What? We need better services out here. Rent a dick service. Huh? It should go through the roof. I get a bunch of people and just start renting out dick. I'll find the guys to do it. I'll go get them thugs that's just smoking weed all day and shit. You know, all they good for is probably dick. And then you could just start a rent a dick services.
Already got a word. It starts with a P.
Okay.
Ends with a
Tuition.
N.
Yeah, it probably starts with a B. It starts with a P, ends with tuition. They selling this shit. They got Facebook shorties out this motherfucker. I'm pretty sure we could do a rent-a-ding. Rent-a-ding. You know what I'm saying? People out there, it's not enough penises in the world. It's not enough.
Yes.
It is, but they're not functioning like that.
Minnie's got it. Absolutely right. Minnie Pearl.
That's what toys are for? Mm-hmm. Nah, fuck that. Sometimes you need a warm body. Rent a dick service provides you with cuddling. Oh, we got to reset again. We got to stop talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you need a functioning body there. You can't actually tell the toys what you want them to do. You can't be like, okay, toy, now I want you to. You can't do that. You know.
Not yet.
You can't tell the toy, pull my hair, smack it. You can't tell the toy shit like that. What? You can't. And if you in there doing that yourself, you just gonna look dumb as hell. If you just in that motherfucker like, if you pulling your own hair in the middle of doing some shit, something ain't right. Motherfucker start making shit. Toys that slap your ass and pull your hair. You know, I don't think they got that. That robot fuck around and rip your scout out, Golden. Y'all fuck around and program that motherfucker robot to do some shit. That motherfucker robot rip your motherfucker scout out. I'll pull my hair, smack my ass, smack a whole butt cheek off of your ass. Fuck around and knock a whole implant out. You better stop playing with these motherfucker robots. Robot fuck around and slap a whole implant loose. You look like you got two left butt cheeks out this motherfucker. Whole right butt cheek deflated. Smack your whole cheek loose. Fuck out of here. Play with them robots if you. I programmed my robot to. Yeah, okay. Play with the motherfucking robots if you want to. I bet you. You motherfuckers gonna be crying for a motherfucking man pretty soon after them robots start motherfuckers swinging on y'all and shit. You ain't gonna know who the fuck to call if a robot start abusing your ass. Who do you contact? Don't worry about it. Probably nobody. We ain't got no motherfucking robot police yet. We don't have nothing for domestic robot abuse. We don't have that hotline yet. After you motherfuckers start programming these robots, we're gonna fuck around and need one. Huh? Robots gonna be out there fucking shit up. Program a robot to smack your ass and pull your hair. Bing, 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 bing. You gonna get all bad. Let it all work out. See, if the robots start doing that, shit, Rent-A-Dick look that much more promising. The robots start fucking y'all up, motherfucker. Rent-A-Dick look that much more. You say what? Trying to get what? All right, y'all go ahead and donate $5 for the laughter. Cause we just joking. These are just jokes. Don't try to make it seem like I know somebody gonna try to take this shit literal because they Spectrum. And they for real, she gonna take this shit literal because she's Spectrum and shit.
And that's no diss on Spectrum people.
Just her, because she's Spectrum, so she don't know how to take shit like a joke. She don't have no fucking sense of humor to know when somebody's telling a joke versus when they actually serious. We're run around talking about we slinging dick in the Discord for 3 fucking months, and then you want to try to say we don't care what you doing. So why are you on the back end asking people who's Stacy and who's this? How the fuck you gonna say you don't care when you send people to the Discord to spy for you, and then you? That's what I'm saying. These people they need help, and then you still using my content. Like yesterday, how you still using my content? Like you want somebody to have, you want to force me to put a sound behind my content so I can't use it. If he don't want nobody using it, tell him to put the sound on. No, you don't get to fucking force your way into everybody's every stuff. Get your motherfucking hand out my pocket. Lying, talking about some, yes, I come from a great house. My mom and dad, they rich and they raised me, and I come from wealth. Wealth don't rent out no motherfucking studio basements. Wealth don't sit here and cry and say, yeah, I'm going to have to get a real job if I can't pay these bills, if I can't take care of my family. You don't even know the difference between rent, mortgage, or none of that shit. Sitting there talking about something, I still have to pay rent. If you own the house, you don't have to pay rent. And then as soon as somebody told her that you don't pay rent for a house you own, then she switched it up. Like, I still have a mortgage. What? You should be looking at fucking land tax and homeowner tax and shit like that. That's how you know she don't know what she's talking about. Sitting there lying, trying to make it seem like she know what she's talking about. Never dealt with a fucking house in her life. Don't know nothing about house. None of that shit. Anybody will tell you shit. We sold a house. What was that? Last September? August? Yeah, that was last year. She lying. I'm just tired of people lying. She want to sit there and try to talk about my family. Do you still got that video of when we went to my dad's house and was playing sports and stuff like that? Do you still got that? Let me see if I got it on my phone. I might have recorded it. Shit, my people's got land. My people's actually own shit. Like I show you my dad's land down in South Carolina. We just don't show off. My dad got 3 acres of land down in South Carolina. Go to my dad's house whenever the fuck I want. Like we just don't. I just don't try to show off my people's shit. Like she wants to try to make it seem like her people's doing so much, but at the same time begging. How the fuck is you begging and your people's got it? That means you should be on this motherfucker doing publisher house sweepstake click giveaways and shit. If your people's got it like that, you should be on this motherfucker doing publisher house sweepstake giveaways. You know what I'm saying? Even the Bible tell you be careful showing people your riches. Shit. See on this motherfucker trying to brag. My mom gave me a house. You mom gave you to the system. I can't help it if my family is close. None of your fucking family deal with you. That's why you sitting on the internet. You talking about something. You in the house by yourself. None of your family come over. If you lived in a tight-knit family, somebody should be coming through that house all the time. If I go to my grandma's house, it's 9 of my motherfucking little cousins staying over there and shit. You ain't no motherfucking family-oriented person sitting over there talking about something. My family come visit me and da-da-da-da-da, and we this, that, and the third, and you from foster care, and da-da. Listen, you can't downplay my life. You can't fuck over my life. You can't make my life look bad. None of that shit. You the one sitting there with Jack Daniels, drinking yourself, fucking up your kidneys, fucking up your body, all of that fucking alcohol weight. If you put that bottle down for a day, your whole fucking body will go into a fucking seizure. Your ass will be in the bed for 3 fucking days, maybe a whole fucking week trying to recuperate. You can't move without taking a sip of that fucking bottle. Stop fucking playing like you over there living some type of life that somebody should be fucking jealous of. Somebody should be worried about. Why the fuck would I have to be jealous of somebody that's drinking themselves into a fucking drunken stupor? Why the fuck would I be jealous of that? You ain't got nobody. Ain't nobody coming over. Ain't no fucking boy toys. Ain't even no girl toys over there. Ain't nobody coming to visit you. You ain't got nobody to rub it, touch it, or fucking lick it down. You ain't got nobody licking or sticking you. Get the fuck out of here trying to make it seem like you got something to be jealous about. We all see your shape. We all see you shaped like Grimace sitting in that motherfucker chair. Now who gonna come shucky ducky quack quack on that? Get your motherfucking weird ass up out of here trying to make it seem like people are jealous of you. They are jealous. They are all jealous. My mom gave me a house. My family's so close. They love me. They love me. They love me. Your family don't fucking love you. Stop lying. The motherfuckers couldn't wait to get away from you. They moved out the fucking house and rented it out to strangers. You don't know what type of motherfucking strangers sleeping downstairs in your studio basement. There ain't no fucking love when the family move out and put strangers in your motherfucking house. There's a stranger in my house. Took a while to figure out. There's no way you can be who you say you are. Gotta be someone else, 'cause he wouldn't treat me like that. And he wouldn't do the things you do. He would adore me. He wouldn't ignore me. Get your motherfucking weird ass up out of here trying to make it seem like you got so much. You 35 years old. 35 years old. Never drove a car. Can't even fucking, you don't even have the mind capacity to focus on driving a fucking vehicle. Talking about you worked at the bank. You did this. Your whole fucking life story is fictitious. Get your weird ass out of here. Worked at the bank, but ain't got no car. The first fucking thing they ask you when you put in an application, if you got a means to get to work. I can walk. I got Luther. Get the fuck out of here. They know the jobs want dependable people. 27 years of motherfucking learning, and your ass ain't learned how to operate a vehicle. Ain't got no motherfucking hand-eye coordination. You can't operate a vehicle because you drank too much. They had to hook that motherfucker up to a breathalyzer just for the car door to open. Just for the motherfucking car door to open, you'll have to blow into a breathalyzer. Get your motherfucking, it's because I cannot do this and I cannot do that and I just be paying attention in my anxiety and I be so scared. No, that's called fucking alcoholism. Sitting there, you can't even drive a motherfucking car. I wish I would, motherfucker. You can't even go nowhere. If shit hit the fan, you can't even fucking go nowhere. You got to depend on somebody else to get you the fuck to safety. You can't even jump in a vehicle and get yourself safe. Shut the fuck up. Fucking weird ass. Sitting over there doing weird shit. You can't even motherfucking get yourself safe. In case of an emergency, press this button. Life alert. You can't cook. You can't drive. You can't do none of the shit that adults do. We got to sit down and see if you even know how to motherfucking cash a check. Put in the bank deposit. We got to sit down and go through adult shit with you. What do a bill look like? If you was to get a pink slip in the mail, what does that mean? Fuck. You don't even know what electric bill look like, trying to make it seem like something in your name. Ain't shit in your name. Niggas, you just was saying everybody had to pay your rent. You just were saying how if they didn't do, and if you guys don't make it wane, I cannot be here anymore. I ain't going to have to go and get a real job. Fuck out of here. You out here playing games. Lying in these people's face, trying to make it seem like you rich and wealthy and begging for money at the same time. Make that shit make sense. How the fuck the rich and the wealth, the rich person, the privileged person, the person who came from wealth, how the fuck is you on here begging for money and shit, but the person who you talking shit about that you saying is poor and this, that, and the third, they not even begging as hard as the fuck you begging. Yes, I used to make good money when I had all my 3 pages, but now, as you can see, I had 3 pages taken away from me. First of all, one of those pages was the only one bringing in money. That 80-something K page, fake page, fraudulent page. The other page you had just made. So you only had 1 page that was bringing in money. So as you can see, that's another lie that you are spewing out of your mouth. Like all the other lies that you spew out of your mouth. Everything you said was a lie. You sat there and tried to make it seem like, oh, he sells drugs to kids. Show me that. Show me that proof. Show me that I sold something to a fucking teenager or a child. Show me. Show me where it says that at. You doing all of this fucking research. You could pull up people fucking records. Show me where it says that at. Y'all already tried that, and y'all know that's nowhere on my fucking jacket. So tell me where it says that at. Because y'all just sit over there and make shit up. Y'all sit over there and make shit up. Y'all want somebody to sue y'all for defamation of character. So y'all can feel special about that shit. Y'all sit over there and make shit the fuck up. That's why I say you sitting there, you so bothered because people pointing out the truth of your life. But you wanted to play this truth and tell game. That's what you wanted to play. You wanted to play this truth and tell game. You wanted to expose people's life so they have to fight and argue, so on and so forth. And now you're doing a let's go to court fun when the charges been dropped. I mean, not the charges, but the court case been dropped. So how the fuck is you still grifting for money on some let's go to court shit if she already dropped the suit? That's how you know you a grifter. You grifting for money on a situation that you know ain't coming up. But now it's, I'm going to have a lawsuit against her, so now let's get the money up so I can sue her. But if you come from wealth If you come from a family with money, then why don't you just ask one of your family members that you so close to just put the money up for you? It doesn't make sense for you to grift for money at the same time make it seem like y'all balling and you got so much money. Where your Gucci shades at? Why you ain't changed that wig if y'all balling? You should be going to the hair salon all the time if y'all balling. Your nails should be done. That motherfucking dog should have a sweater and a t-shirt with his own glasses. Your kitchen should be cleaned up because you should be paying somebody to come in and clean it up. Stop fronting like you come from wealth. You renting out a room in your mama's 2-bedroom house. You rent out a room. The rest of the house get rented out. You is not coming from wealth. Nobody that comes from a wealthy life, so on and so forth, lives in a house like that because they know what cleanliness look like. Motherfuckers smell like Lysol and lavender and shit in the air. Get somebody to come and clean up every week. You should have somebody behind you cleaning up. Your mom should have paid for the services. Hell, one of your family members should have paid for the services. Your aunt or somebody should have hired a maid to come in already. Stop making it seem like you from wealth when your kitchen looking like that. Wealth don't look like that. Sitting there eating popcorn, not knowing how to cook, wealth don't look like that. Huh? You a motherfucker be eating beef Wellington right now. You don't know what caviar is. You don't know enough to say that you wealthy. You ain't got no piano classes. You ain't take no motherfucking tuba lessons, none of that shit. You ain't out here doing nothing that says you wealthy. 27 years of school. I want the 27 years, and you should be ashamed of yourself. How the fuck is you bragging about 27 years of education and we still at the same point? We still both right here on the motherfucking internet. So that goes to show your 27 years led you to the same motherfucking life that wherever my life led me. We still right here at the same fucking marker point in life, you dumbass. So whether your 27 years should have put you in a different predicament in life than at this point where I'm at, since you got so much better life going on, how the fuck you at the same point of life that I'm at, but bragging about having so much more? Those two things don't go together. My mommy wanted to get me a car. What person buys a car for somebody that never have a license, never drove, or none of that shit? That don't even make sense. Your mom ain't never think about getting you no car because she knew you was never going to be a driver. You was never going to be on the road. She ain't never think about getting you no car. Stop lying. My mama left me a house. Stop lying. She didn't leave you no house. Talking about something. She don't like texting. How don't you like texting and you text message everybody on the internet? How don't you like talking on the phone and you brag about talking to Denat, talking to Murph, talking to Jaguar on the phone? My mom and my family know I don't like talking on the phone. So they've answered the phone for me and stuff like that because I don't like talking on the phone. I ain't never seen no motherfucker sit in front of YouTube for 14 hours and then say they don't like talking. That's like me with the gift of gab sitting here telling y'all that I don't like talking. That's a lie. You text messaging us. You text me from your mom's Facebook account. All you do is text and talk on the phone. My mom knows that I don't like talking, so I just give my mom the number because she can deal with it. What happened to your 27 years of education? All that motherfucking education, you can't even have a phone call conversation. Make that shit make sense. How the fuck you got 27 years of education and can't even handle a business phone call? Huh? Huh? I keep the schedule and stuff for all of my family. That's what I do. I am the schedule keeper for all my whole family. I keep the schedule for my whole family. But I don't like talking and I don't like texting. Shut the fuck. Man, y'all listen. Y'all can listen. Y'all might fall for anything that thing said. I'm not falling for none of that shit. Huh? I'm not falling for none of that shit. Poppycock. Poppycock. Y'all can sit there and play the game. And I know I wasn't supposed to address it. I know I wasn't supposed to address it, but that shit is just irritating the fuck out of me. It's irritating the fuck out of me that she keeps on trying to tarnish people's names and image on a place where we actually occupy business, right? She's not doing nothing on here but drinking Jack Daniels and smoking pre-rolls. She ain't even cleaning up her house. Like, how is y'all sitting there following a person that y'all can't inspire into? Maybe y'all like Maggie sitting there, eating popcorn and doing what her, minions is telling her to do because it makes them feel good that they're controlling her like that. That's all I can think, is that it makes them feel good that they got somebody like her that they can control. She sits there and tries to attack everybody else's movement and what everybody else is doing and what everybody else got going on. But then she's on here grifting for money. Like when we came out with the Atlas Family Store, clothes store. What do he have clothes out for? What do he need a clothes store for? What do anybody want the brand? Because that's how you create a brand, an image. What do he this? What do he this? That's because you don't inspire for nothing. You don't think you should be shit. So you walk around and try to treat everybody else like shit because you feel like you don't deserve shit. You ain't gonna never make it. What 35-year-old ain't out there getting a freak on? Something must be wrong downstairs. Yo shit, you must got that damn that waffle shit. You must got that blue waffle shit down there. Cause what 35-year-old ain't giving your motherfucking age bracket for any type of life, bringing life into this world, so on and so forth. You about to hit the marker where you gonna have to take your ovaries and shit out. You ain't out freaking, you ain't out getting your freak on, you ain't doing none of that. You weird. You're a weird person. You 35. You in the prime. You supposed to be out there doing shit. Supposed to be out there partying, hanging out with your friends. You ain't even got a motherfucker to pick you up. You ain't got a motherfucker to pick you up and take you for a ride somewhere. The liquor store up the street, so you ain't got to drive nowhere. The liquor store up the street, so you ain't got to drive nowhere. Ain't even got to ask nobody for a ride nowhere. Your cousins and your aunts don't care. And the things that you said to your mom ain't fair. Trying to play it off. Me and my mommy is so close. Me and my mommy is so close. How the fuck you and your mom so close and your mom don't even know that you drink? Your mom don't even know all the attacks that you making on YouTube. You can't even act the same way in your mom's house that you do in your own house. In fact, every time your mom came over there when you was online, you made sure you got off. Or when you do have to go to your mom's house on Sundays, you always make sure that it's like a pre-programmed, okay, I got to hurry up and go. My family is here, so on and so forth, right? You're not your normal self when you're around them than what we see, right? You on here telling people to suck your dick. You don't talk like that when you go to your family's house. You ain't talking all that gangster shit when you at your family's house. You ain't smoking pre-rolls. You ain't stepping out the smoke. And you ain't pulling out that motherfucking Jack Daniels or that bottle. So how you and your mom so close, your mom don't even know you're an alcoholic? Fuck out of here. If you and your mom was so close, she would have put your ass in a rehab. on the internet for arguing with people who actually got shit going in their life. You don't inspire to be nothing, and all you do is sit there and drink, and you want somebody to argue with you. You arguing with real parents. You fucking patting a dog. You burping a dog. People taking care of kids and shit like that. You out here taking care of motherfucking Luther, and you trying to compare your life to other people's life. You never been outside of that house. You lived in the same house for fucking the whole 35 years of your life. You've been in that same house. So stop talking like you somebody who actually experienced life. You went on vacation here and there. You went to the Bahamas. You sold a baby. Nobody give a fuck about none of that stuff. You ain't lived no life. You run around here with them saggy ass titties trying to make it seem like you sexy or somebody wants you. We don't. Keep on eating that popcorn. Keep on wrinkling your fucking face up. Keep on turning your eyes to the back of your head and keep on playing to the favor of the collective that is your small owl academy. Stop making it seem like you greater than what you is. Let us move on to educational things. We learning and moving forward with love and unity over here. Get off of us. Get off of us. Stop trying to find somebody that you can fucking keep on going back and forth with to build content off of. Try to do something positive. Do that. You're a fucking separatist at heart. Do something positive with your page. Go fucking give us the foods of Canada. Go compare Canada food to American food. Do something like that. Stop trying to be oh so American. Now you Haitian but can't pronounce Haitian. You pronounce it Asian. Asian. You so French. You ain't even Haitian no more. Make that shit make sense. I talk to Haitian people. They know how to say fucking Haitian. They know how to say Hades. You sitting here oh so French but claiming to be from Hades. You ain't from no fucking Hades. You from Africa. You are African pretending to be from Hades. That you and your parents got a fucking cover story. Y'all are African spies or some shit with a cover story to say that y'all from Hades and speak French and all of that shit. That's why y'all keep repeating that cover story. Because y'all working. Y'all over here working. You probably a Nigerian scammer. That's what the fuck you is. You a motherfucking Nigerian scammer. Anybody can learn French. That don't make you fucking French. Just because you learn French. Ooh, bukasiki, motokapatiki popoy, hamaike kapatiki pipi, opatikito popopakitiki pi. I am French, you idiot. Hapakatika papapiki popopatiti pipi. Mama, ulawiwi. Mommy, tiki pitiki pokapatiki. Yes, these people, get the fuck out of here. Anybody can pick up a motherfucking book. I can learn French in 60 motherfucking days. That don't make me French. Sitting there and trying to tell us just because you fucking know a language, that makes you that fucking language. Well, I speak Hebrew. Should I say I'm fucking Arabic? Dumbass. Sitting there trying to make it seem like because you know French as a language, that makes you from France. No, you're not French. That's how we know you from Africa. Because y'all the only ones that get districts mixed up like that. Y'all the only ones that say, I occupy the district of the territory of France. This part of Africa is the territory of France. Therefore, I am from France. Oh, Pepe La Pew ass motherfucker. C'est la vie. Mami, pupu capi. My mom speaks French, so you won't be able to understand it. Fuck is you talking about? I'll put on a pair of glasses that'll translate that fucking English, that language for me. What are you talking about? You don't see the technology that we got? It don't matter what language you speak. I can get a phone that translate that shit in real time. Sitting there trying to make it seem like you won't understand. You won't understand. You won't understand. No, the only person that's not understanding is your ass. Your dumb ass. My family speaking in French. That makes us smarter than you. That's all French people think they smarter than Americans. Fuck you talking about? That shit been happening since happening was happening. Fuck is you talking about? Sitting there, keep on trying to do people content, but keep on stopping it. Don't let somebody get the whole thing. You keep on stopping it. I don't know. What is they talking about? What are they talking about? That's what you're going to hear her say all day today. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? What are they talking about? Man, your dumb ass keep on saying, what are they? Fuck. Your ass is from Africa. That's where you from. You is not French. We ain't see you celebrate no French holidays. I ain't never see you eat food. I ain't never see you pull out a motherfucking ham hock pig. I ain't never see you dip nothing in nothing that says that you represent any of this shit that you say. I ain't never seen your ass eat a motherfucking French fry to be from France. I ain't never see you eat a French fry. I ain't never see you do none of that shit. I ain't never see you eat French toast. I ain't never see you eat none of that shit. Why you not on here eating fish and chips? Oh, sorry. Sorry, England.
The French are very well known for their food. That's the dessert.
Well, I ain't see her eat no French dip onion. No onion French dip. I ain't see her eat that roast beef shit that they love so much. Dipping that shit in fucking yeah. I ain't see her do none of that shit. I ain't see her do no Canadian shit. For real. Besides her trying to mimic Black America, I ain't even see her do no fucking Canadian shit. She ain't doing Canadian shit. She ain't doing French shit. And she ain't doing Haitian shit. What shit is she doing? Popcorn? Popcorn ain't French. Was she seasoning that motherfucker with cinnamon? What she got? She got some seasoned popcorn over there. I ain't never seen her do no cultural shit. Fucking making popcorn in the microwave is not cultural shit. Stop playing with us. You hear me? Stop playing with us. It is not for play. You better stop playing with us. Fuck wrong with you sitting over there trying to make it seem like you could roast. You can't roast with us. You don't stand a chance to roast with us.
The AI made this dude. He's got 3 arms.
He sure do. He's holding the mic and sitting there trying to make it seem like somebody don't want her. You don't want this. You don't want this roast. You don't want this roast. You don't want this. Cut it out, girl. You can't roast. Replaying my content is not a roast. It's not a roast. Just talk about somebody without replaying their content. I bet you can't. You ain't got the mind capacity to do it. You can't think past go. That's why. You know what I'm saying? You the person that play Monopoly, and we got to keep reminding you the prices of the damn properties. Listen, that is Mediterranean and border. You know what I mean? That you got to keep on explaining the simplest shit. Look, Baltic Ave, Mediterranean. Baltic Ave, Mediterranean. These are the 2 crack houses. They are cheapest properties on the board. Okay? Now, this is the next stage of Monopoly. And then the next time you pull the board out, you got to explain it to them all over again. Oh, special needs ass. How much money you supposed to get from the bank when you start off? Man, you motherfucker, give me the shit. I'm the banker. Give me the shit. I want to be the banker. I want to be the banker. I am the banker today. No, you're not, motherfucker. You're Count Dracula. Sit your ass in the back. She out this motherfucker sounding like she from Transylvania and shit. Ah, I want to suck your blood. If you don't get your motherfucking Transylvanian ass up out of here, you is not from none of them places you say you from. You from fucking Count Dracula's castle in Transylvania somewhere. I want to suck your blood. Let me count the ways. 1, 2, 3. I meant to say tree. I practice this accent all the time. Tree. You know I can't say the H word. You just said H. I did not say H. I said ha ha ha. How the fuck is you choosing which word to use the fucking H in and which word not to use it in? Whitney Houston. It was Whitney Houston. Get your motherfucking rewrite history ass up out of here. In French, we say this. In America, I don't know what you guys say. So why the fuck is you bothering and pestering us? Then you should be bothering and pestering some fucking French people. Shouldn't you be over there arguing with them? You don't want to fucking deal with Americans. Go talk in your motherfucking native tongue. Go sit at the table with a bunch of Frenchmen and fucking argue with them. Go fucking argue. You're not gonna never do that. You sit here and try to make it seem like other people don't know languages. We know fucking languages. I mean, I might not be fluent in Spanish, but I know enough to hold a fucking conversation. You sitting there keep on speaking French like that's an amazing fucking feat. We know French. You might not know French. We know French. That's a fucking class in school. How the fuck don't you know how to do checking? How you don't know how to drive a car? But you sitting here and keep on making it seem like you learning a language is the end all be all to life. I know French. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know how to cook. I don't need to know how to drive. I don't need to know how to work. All I need to know is French. That's all I need to know. And life will take care of itself. Well, you better fucking get a ratatouille on your motherfucking head then. That if you think that that's the fucking secret to life, then you better have ratatouille in that motherfucker wrap up on your head. It better be a rat-a-tat-touille in your weave right now, pulling the strings. If you think all you need to know is French to get through life. 1 minute. I pay all the bills. I take care of my family. I take care of my mom. Your mom live in a separate house. Your dad live in a separate house, and they doing just fine without your ass. That's why they left your ass in that house and put strangers around your motherfucking ass. You ain't got no motherfucking. They putting strangers in the house with you. All this crazy, chaotic shit going on in the world, and you got to keep on renting out different parts of your house. The attic getting rented out. The basement getting rented out. Why don't you give us a tour of your house yourself? We already looked at it online. Take us to that little small ass room that you got that bed in, that little closet of yours that you've been living out of for the last 20 something years. You can't invite nobody over that house. You can't even have a slumber party in that motherfucking house. It's a hazard. It's not only a health hazard, it's probably a chemical hazard in that damn house. Probably got smells coming out of rooms. Probably telling people when they come, yeah, we don't go in this room. This is the storage room. Don't go in this room. Nasty ass. I can only imagine what's coming. Why do they only talk about my house? Why do they always just talk about my house? Because that shit look nasty. What adult is living like that? Why do they talk about my house? Because that's adult shit. Cleaning up is adult shit. Cooking, that's adult shit. You sitting here worried about a fucking popularity contest, that's not adult shit. We pointing out the things that you not doing as an adult. You sitting there making it seem like you still 10 or a teenager. I don't have to worry about that stuff. My mom do that. My mom do that stuff. Like somebody just told you to focus on school. Just focus on graduation, sweetie. Fucking 35 years old, still focusing on graduation. When I grow up, 35 years old, when I grow up as. When I grow up, yeah, that's how you know you're not inspiring to do nothing. You didn't even make it past teenager goals. Every fucking teenager wanted to drive. We wanted to pull up at the ice cream parlor. We wanted to go through the drive-thru in our own car. We wanted to do shit like that. Your ass ain't even make it past the fucking teenager goals of life. Probably never went to prom or none of that shit. You ain't even make it past that stage. You ain't even do the teenage shit. Weird ass. Make it seem like somebody so pressed about you. No, that's your ass. I got us on here arguing with a motherfucker who can't even drive a car. How? Better motherfucking stop running your mouth before I get a lift to pick you up and drop you off somewhere. Leave your ass somewhere. Get you a motherfucking Uber to Nothingville. Fucking keep on playing. Got us arguing with a motherfucker who can't even get places. Shit hit the fan. Your ass can't even get no motherfucking where. That's one thing you'll never hear is your ass is here you go, Maggie, you take the keys, you're driving. And how much do you know? You can't even be a designated driver. You can't even get people home safe. If your ass came to America, you can't even rent a vehicle. Fuck, you gonna Uber your way through court? You gonna Uber your way in California? I need to get to the courthouse. Pronto. Or you come with an automatic driver. Fuck, you think you Detective J or some shit? Think you come with an automatic driver in the car? Better research how to drive. Your ass can't drive because you can't pass the driving test, the written part of the test. Your ass can't even pass the fucking written part of the driver test. Talking about you so smart. Can't even pass the damn written driving test. Get the fuck out of here. You was not it. For real. You can't even get safe. All that motherfucking learning for nothing. You dumb as hell. You can't even make it in life. Shit hit the fan. You can't cook. You can't cook. You don't exhibit any fucking survival tactics. Like you don't exhibit no survival tactics, none of that shit. Like make it make sense. I need y'all to really, really start making this shit make sense because I promise you it don't. It don't make sense. I promise you it don't. I've been trying to figure out if it makes sense. And it just don't make sense. You really trying to argue with somebody and you can't even drive? Is you serious? You ain't even got a car? You'll never know what that room sound like? Like, damn. Like, damn. You gotta still get behind the wheel and pretend to be driving. She's still getting in the car like, you know how when you was a kid, you get in the car and you pretend like you driving and smoking a cigarette and shit like that. You do all of that stuff that she's still getting behind the wheel, pretending like she doing shit. Taking pictures next to the side of other people's shit. Better days. Better days. Hopefully you will exhibit those better days. You know what I'm saying? hopefully you'll exhibit those better days. And I know all the little owls is in here sending her little clips. She's gonna lie and say she audited it and changed it, and it's my own clip. Da 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 da. How you gonna sit there and try to make it seem like I can't take a recording of the knot and say that I copyrighted it, but you sitting there taking people's whole lives and saying that it's yours because you edited it and audited it. I want you to know that that just sounds so fucking special that you're sitting there taking people's live clips and then trying to make it seem like it's yours because you edited it and altered it, and so it's yours now and it belonged to you. But then you're going to try to tell somebody that a audio clip don't belong to them that was sent to them. Like, what type of hypocrisy? What in the name of that shit don't even make sense. I'm telling you, what you do does not make sense. You can't be a sociopath and try to fucking be a hypocrite at the same time. You can't be a sociopath and a hypocrite at the same time. You can't be stealing people's identity and ideas and then try to talk shit about the identity and idea that you stole. That don't even make sense. I know two things that don't go together, and those two things just don't go together, okay? It just don't go together. And I keep on trying to like in my mind, it's like, okay, if I just wait it out, she's gonna just go away. But she's not, because she's got people that's paying her to do this. Do you get what I'm saying? She's got people that's paying her to do this. So if she's got people that's paying her to do this, then she's not going to, stop doing it because they're paying her to do this, right? So until they give her the next person, right? Until they give her the next person that they want her to attack or go after, she's got to stay on, the people that they saying. Right now is Danny. So because people are defending Danny, she's going to try to make it seem like a defense system needs an operation. No, when people defend something that's right, it's not a group. It's just, oh, that person is getting done wrong. Let me defend that person. No, you guys operate in a group and try to make it seem like the wrong things that y'all are doing is righteous. That's you guys. That's you guys over there trying to pretend and make it seem like you defaming people character, you tearing people down, you attacking people. Y'all trying to make that seem normal. Because you ain't got no life over there in Canada. You ain't going to why you ain't going to them? Why you ain't going to the concerts? Why you ain't going to the Drake concerts? Why you ain't going out to eat? You know what I'm saying? Why you going to Mr. Childs and eating out and stuff like that? Huh? Why you ain't riding through the city with your woes? You know how that shit go. Huh? I was running through the six with my woes. Huh? Where is it at? Tell me. I need you to help me understand this. At least we give updates of what we got going on the farm. At least occasionally we do a live about educational things and the history of America and this world, At least we talk about moon stars and quasars occasionally. What the fuck do you talk about besides Black America? Because you ain't even talking about or updating people on Meghan Markle no more. So what the fuck do you talk about besides Black America? What is it? Because your family life is not exciting. It's not like y'all always going on vacation and taking trips and shit. Otherwise, you would have some clips and shit or be recording it or show us something of it. So obviously you don't have any type of whatever you want to call it. So make some shit make sense for me now. We trying to get some stuff to make sense, and we just need you to help us make it make sense. If you could, please do help us make it make sense. All right, we waiting it out. We waiting it out. We're almost there with it. It ain't 1 o'clock yet. They on break right now. The prosecutors and them is on break right now. I mean the judge. And Tasha K only got 5 in there. Oh, AT2 went live. Only real question is he gonna walk today? Do we walk today? Cause she never was here to talk about the Diddy case. He never was here for any of the things that we were actually speaking on or any of that. She never was here for none of that. She was here to attack conspiracy theorists. That's what she was here to do. She wasn't here for none of that. She was here to attack conspiracy theories, conspiracy theorists, people online, that are exposing truths and searching for truth. That's what she was here for. Anybody that got in the way of the sick or twisted, she was here as a cover up. She went to some of these Diddy parties. Yeah. And when they used to throw the parties in Canada, she was there. She's been a part of this shit. She's a Diddy bopper. She's a diddler. She's a Diddy do it. She's a Diddy do whopper. She's a Diddy upper. She's a Diddy upper. She was the girl on the table. Y'all think people might protest this? I think this is still going to boycott him. I think people will still boycott, him and any sales. I think people will boycott him and anything that's got like bad boy title on it or anything like that. I think there's still that factor. To me, that's a win. What? Hmm? Who? Just easy. I don't even care about the outcome. I just wanted to sit and kick it with y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really care about the outcome of this. I just wanted to sit and kick it with the collective, kick it with the Atlas family, talk our shit, and create that space on YouTube. Hey, we got a nice little wave going on TikTok. Every time we go live on TikTok, a nice room build up and a nice conversation takes place. So y'all make sure y'all follow on TikTok. We're going to take a break for a second so I can run to the store, and then hopefully I'll be back and I'll go live again for the verdict and we'll sit. And like I say, I just like kicking it with y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, look, that's why I say just support. Just support. Throw something at the Cash App. Just support.
You like to talk a lot of smack. You spy and lie, you boast, always gotta do the most behind my back. When you're faced with all the facts, you switch right up, you don't remember all of that. Showing off like you're in a pageant, bragging on about your status. Little do they know there's a real dark method to your madness. All the hate you brew inside, tragic. From a monster to the victim, play the role so well, dramatic. Is that it? Moving on, now it's time for me to work, wave my magic wand. You're no match for me or the power of my tongue. Let me show you how it's done. I can terrorize you for fun. Demon be gone. You're a narcissist.
Yeah, the PayPal work if you go that route. Even the Stacy Mail PayPal, I mean, even both PayPals work. I just don't put the other one up. I don't put the other one up because they already, so the Ralph the Wise PayPal work. You can send it to that. Cash App. I might even throw the Venmo on there. You know what I mean? But yeah, PayPal work. And I gotta run to the store. Is it warm? I gotta change my shirt. Yeah, anybody want to buy me a pizza today? Some 4th of July fireworks. Anything y'all want to do for me, just feel free to do it. If y'all want to spoil me, spoil me. If y'all want to spoil me, go ahead and spoil me. I ain't never been spoiled before. Go ahead and spoil me. I ain't never been spoiled before. Go ahead and spoil me. Splurge on me one time. Splurge on me. Anybody want to take me on a shopping spree? I'll take a shopping spree.
Tied
Shit.
down by your traumas and now they won't let you go. You're a narcissist. A reaction is your aim. I'll just give you nothing. Watch you lose at your own game. You're a narcissist. It's always your way. It's your lane. Doesn't matter what I try to say. Declined. You want what's mine. Try to bring me down. Try to take me out. But you can't steal my shine. You always want to start a fight. No rules, never can you lose, no clue to why you always gotta be right. Tell me why you're so uptight. If it's all for show, gotta let you flow.
Nah, fuck that, SOS. Go. You on timeout. You on timeout, SOS. SOS, don't type nothing for 15 minutes. You on timeout. Man, we ain't gonna be here that long. You was on timeout. Go back to the Discord. Turn in your phone. Turn in your phone. Get back to the Discord. Turn in your phone. Stop typing ASAP.
Gotta let you flow, gotta let you go. Can't dwell on it your whole life. Get back, I don't want your static. Nothing but a drama addict. Those repeated cycles. I have studied all your habits, but the way you stare at me, you savage. Try to pawn your pain on me. Return to sender with that package and trash it. Moving on. Now it's time for me to work. Wave my magic wand. No more dragging me through the dirt. Teach you right from wrong. Run you like a marathon. Once that truth turns to karma, you're done. Demon, be gone. You're a narcissist. Can't hide it when it shows. Tied down by your traumas and now they won't let you go. You're a narcissist. A reaction is your aim. I'll just give it nothing. Watch you lose at your own game. You're a narcissist. It's always your way. It's your lane. Doesn't matter what I try to say. Defined. You want what's mine. Try to bring me down.
Bantisa, you go stand with her. You go stand with her. I see you adding to the shenanigans, Bantisa. You're going to be scraping and scrambling in the corner right next to her. Now, both of y'all get back to the Discord. Both of y'all back to the Discord right now. Don't type nothing else in the comment section. Get in the corner. Both of y'all. I see the shit. I see the shit. You scraping and scrambling. Get your ass scraping and scrambling ass to the Discord.
But you can't steal my shine. Try to take my soul, try to switch them roles. That destiny swapping, mocking, blocking shit. It's a no-go, all that ego doesn't fit. Only care for the glam, only care for the glitz. Way too grubby, but you wanna give gifts. Indian giver on a power trip. Acting like you rich. All the money in the world wouldn't change your attitude. Love bomb if you want, won't change my point of view on you as you laugh and you flaunt. Take your exit too. You're no match for the highest with authority over you. True. Now back to the money. Say you built the hive, forcing me the honey. Don't wanna be exposed, so you're acting all chummy. No one is around, now you wanna act funny. Bummy, pick a personality, many burn bridges. Friendship fatality, you see it one way. I see duality like calories, burn away them dark principalities. You're a narcissist, can't hide it when it shows. Tied down by your traumas, and now they won't